have some teams using 23, 24, older guys. Where
25, 26, 27.
Yeah. Is it different relying on
beards, kids in the stands, on their second wife? Yeah, this is a little bit different.
What I'll say is I already have one of the best jobs. I'm 100% focused on Arizona basketball and this program, and I can't wait till the ball gets thrown up tomorrow, and then can't wait to try to figure out a way to come out on top.
And now, the man who designed the Netflix baseball scorebug in high school, Todd Leabo.
Wrong you are, K-Dog. That was not me. I knew you wouldn't like that scorebug.
Oh, my God. No one liked it. Someone perfectly described it, that the important stuff is too small, the unimportant stuff is too much space.
That's right.
Yes.
That's how you do it.
Literally a waste of space.
How many pitches has he thrown?
Yes. It looked like it was done by somebody in a high school.
I love how they want to reinvent the wheel.
Dude, it's just stop trying to be and be good. The other one I considered was, and now the Pirates outfield coach,
hey, listen,
Todd Leabo.
You can't coach the sun, okay? It's a little rough out there.
O'Neal Cruz had a first inning.
He's an amazing athlete.
He is.
He's an amazing athlete.
Yes.
He's not an amazing center fielder.
No.
Going to misjudge the ball. Paul Skeens, if you didn't know. Opening night was last night. Opening day is today. The Royals open tomorrow. Yeah. There's 12 games today, I think, and there was one last night on Netflix, the first Major League Baseball game they had, and the Royals have to wait till tomorrow night. That's fine. Let people breathe a little bit. But O'Neal Cruz, he didn't kick the ball around. He just didn't touch the ball, and Paul Skeens ended up getting roughed up for 5 earned runs because he misjudged one ball and lost one ball in the sun.
Yeah.
So
the one he misjudged going back, that scored 3, I think. Mm-hmm. Bases were loaded.
Skeens wasn't great, but probably didn't deserve to have 5 earned runs put on him.
Would agree.
Would agree. So it is baseball season's getting underway. Just got some games on here. White Sox, hey, by the way, they're no good. They've given up 4 runs already. That was in the bottom of the first. So there you go. And there's already a man at second base for the Brewers in the bottom of the second. So
this was funny. I saw this last night.
That's a good-looking score bug. I like that bug on that one. Wonder who that is.
Clean.
The Brewers.
Yeah, that's one that's like has a parent company that there's multiple ones. I think Baltimore's is that way too. That's a clean one.
There'll be new bugs.
You'll appreciate this. Underdog, who does a deal with us. They posted last night a graphic of the Rockies is eliminated. The Colorado Rockies have been eliminated from postseason contention.
It's not very fair.
It's true though.
That's not fair.
It's true though.
Everyone's alive for a little while.
No, not really.
They may not win the division.
I think they're probably going to be below 500.
They were going to be the worst team ever, and then it didn't happen last year, right? They ended up kind of straightening out a little bit.
They were.
Well, they weren't Cleveland Spiders bad.
No, but they were the worst. Yeah. They had the worst run differentials.
Differential. They ended up not even being as bad as the 62 Mets, I think.
And they weren't as bad as the 24 White Sox, who set a new record for losses.
Yeah.
But they did have the better record, because the one-loss record only went back to 1962. The run differential record went back to 1932. Yeah. And the Rockies destroyed it by about 50 runs.
Not good. Not good.
That thing ain't going away anytime soon.
We have to wait a little while for the Royals. They're in Atlanta, and they will face the Braves tomorrow night, and that'll be fun to see them get off to hopefully a good start. Cole Reagan's on the hill. Chris Sale's a tough get for anyone. He's going to be especially tough for our Royals lineup that's got a lot of lefties in it.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll talk a lot more about that tomorrow as we go. We have plenty to talk about today. It's a somewhat standard Thursday for us here, how it's going to be going forward. We do have there can only be one, or there can be only one. How are we going to say this?
There can be only one.
Because on the sheet it says there can only be one, and then I checked with Kyle, and he said there can be only one.
Yeah.
Now, Petro has given you questions, correct?
Only one there can be.
And I told Kyle, I said, do you want to be the guy who does this? And he says, well, I don't know. I could just email it to you. I said, but there could only be you.
There can be
only you doing this. So Kyle has said he will handle the questions.
Nice.
This is going to be very exciting for him.
Man with
we will stump the chumps, and we have Shane coming in to stump the chumps. I walked back to Shane earlier. I said, hey, do you want to try your questions out on me? You get out of here.
He said Paul thinks one of them's too hard.
Oh, well,
Well, that's
Paul
perfect then.
went the wrong way to try to get home from
Then it's
Wichita
perfect.
once. So. Blair Kirchhoff's going to be here. I want to talk a lot of college basketball with Blair.
He ended up in Waco.
He was in Tulsa. He was almost there. You played a little bit of the stuff in the Open there. We had some fun stuff yesterday. We played from the games. We have some quotable coaches.
Yeah.
Today.
Calipari
And
is
Pitino.
always quotable. Patino was great. Even Tommy Lloyd was fun. We'll hear it later. Somebody asked him a question about his DJ career. And he talks about how one of his friends for a long time has been a guy who used to work with the Beastie Boys. He's a huge Beastie Boys fan. I'm like, I like him even more.
Yeah, cool.
So there's some fun people at the dais. Then
Yeah.
there's some that are like, they're just there.
And we will talk to Jeff Passan.
Guys like Matt Painter.
He's not very fun. Major League Baseball. And even in the 2 o'clock hour, it's kind of weird. We're going to talk to Wyatt Wheeler. He covers K-State. They ended up making the change at head coach and hiring. They had their opening press conference on the Monday after the brackets got out. So we really haven't kind of talked about what it's going to look like for the Cats. So we'll do that today as well. As far as I know, as of 2:08, are there rumors out there about Bill Self? Everything look okay today?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything, right?
The fake reporter hasn't posted anything fake today.
As far as we know.
I
I haven't seen any of those things come out. So we'll keep our eyes on that as well as we go, because I know Jayhawk fans want to know what's going on, but it doesn't look like anything's talking about right now. We'll see. We'll keep our eyes on that. I'm looking right now. I don't see anything going on right now. A little tizzy yesterday about it. Looks like it's calm for just a little while.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I do want to play some sound bites here, Kyle, to start the show, because we're going to get busy with a lot of things. I may talk to Blair about this a little bit, because although Blair covers a lot of things, just stadium stuff and what's going to go on at the sports complex is a big deal. So they had a press conference today. I don't know if this was press conference worthy. Basically, the press conference was to say, we are starting a task force, and in 90 days is going to report back to County Executive Phil Leavoda with some ideas about what to do with Truman Sports Complex. The Royals have already signed papers to go to Kansas. I mean, not the Royals. The Chiefs, excuse me. The Chiefs have signed papers to go to Kansas. The Royals have been on record for about 4 years that they do not want to play baseball at the Truman Sports Complex starting in 2031 season. They have not gotten anything done anywhere else. But basically what you're saying is a lot of people have said, well, what's going to happen to this place? What are we going to do there? Who's going to pay for the stadiums to get torn down? Who's going to do all these things? So we know that it would be a major upset in some way if things didn't work out for the Royals and they end up playing there. I think that's like minus 1% that they would be playing baseball there moving forward, because John Sherman, if anything, has been adamant that they're not playing baseball there. They need something different somewhere else. So they had a press conference today to say they're having a task force. But I think the reason they wanted to have a press conference is because they wanted to show some pictures. And we're going to get to that, but I want to play a little sound from Phil Leavoda, who's the county executive. Remember, he was not elected as county executive by the people. He was selected by the legislators, I believe, after Frank White was removed with the recall vote. And listen, Phil Leavoda is an Eastern Jackson County guy. I mean, listen, it's Truman Patriots, man. This is how we do. He's older than me, but he's been a lawyer for a long time and cares about Jackson County, especially Eastern Jackson County and what goes on out there. And so we'll play a few sound bites here of what he talked about and then a couple of the answers to some questions. First up here, this is Phil Leavoda. He says he's thinking big about what to do with the Truman Sports Complex moving forward.
So my vision starts with this. We have to look at this more than just a single-use facility. This is an opportunity for economic development, community access, and strengthening our regional identity. That means asking bigger questions. How do we activate the space year-round? How do we create opportunities for small business and local investment? How do we create jobs not just during construction, but sustain long-term careers that support families and grow our economy for years to come? How do we determine the highest and best use of the site, given county ownership? What does the market support? And what should smart, responsible, public-private partnerships look like? Because we need those answers before we make decisions. And we need to ensure any public investment delivers a clear and measurable public return. Because this is about more than buildings. It's about building opportunity.
Okay. I like to talk. I like the idea. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer about this because, listen, I'm from Independence. And I live in Lee Summit. And the Truman Sports Complex has been a major part of my life in many ways. From being a fan when I was a kid to being a vendor when I was a kid into a young man and to being a sports reporter as a young man and now an old man.
I could see the stadiums from the roof of my house and hear the roar of the crowd at Royal Stadium through my bedroom window. I'm right there with you.
So these are big things in our lives. They've been a big thing in everyone's life around Kansas City, but it's especially big and it's important to people who grew up where we grew up in eastern Jackson County. And it hurts to think that they're not going to be there. And I if you'd have said to someone 25 years ago who lived in Leavenworth or, Wyandotte County out there by the Speedway and said, you know what, in like 10 years, there's going to be probably a NASCAR track here and maybe a few years after that a soccer stadium and the biggest furniture store in the middle of America and, Bass Pro Shop. I mean, all this. They'd have said, you're crazy. Nothing's ever happened out here. It's a couple of farmhouses and that's it. Okay? So you need vision to do things. So I like vision. My worry about a vision to try to put something there is right where it is and just a little bit down the road. I'm talking just a couple of miles down the road. You've got like the Independence Center and where Cable Dime Arena where the Mavs play and there's a Bass Pro there and a main event and Costco and all that stuff. And then just a few more miles down the road in Blue Springs off Adams Dairy, they've got a whole bunch of development there. And I don't know if there's enough for everyone to have the appetite for another place like this. I don't know. The
distinction between that area and where the Legends is before it was there is that there was no track record of having a stadium or having something there that was open to expansion that never expanded. There was never any reason to be out there.
You're saying there's 50 years of the stadium sitting there with nothing going on around? It's a thing?
50 years of having an NFL and Major League Baseball stadium and all kinds of space around it and nothing going in out there. And in fact, things that were there have all gone away. There's more in the last 20 years, there have been more buildings that have been closed than have been built.
Oh, I think that's absolutely true. I mean, they kind of redid the one gas station there.
Yeah.
The hotel is gone,
yeah.
The bank building gone, the Denny's burned down.
Used to be a Prime Health was the doctor's office there that my family used to go to. That the structure is still there, but it's there's nothing there.
When they first built what ended up, I'm not sure what's in there. Is it Nevada Rock College now? Before that, it was a sports store. Remember, it was like a sporting goods store, and it didn't last very long.
No.
It was like nobody's going to drive there to go to the sporting goods store. The FCA is still up on the hill, but there's just not much stuff going there. So I'm not going to poo-poo big ideas, okay? Although I may poo-poo big ideas here in the next 10 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, you poo-poo bad ideas.
So after he had his prepared remarks, Leabo, and you can find these I think we've posted some of them on our Facebook. Just go search Dave DeMarco from Fox 4. I know was down there and took some pictures of these and put them out. They brought out some conceptual renderings of what could occupy that space. Here's Leabo talking about them. Here he is talking about them.
These folks are just renderings of ideas of thinking big. These are not, of course, what would happen there. The examples of what a redeveloped sports complex area would look like. This is nothing that's suggested. I just wanted to remind people that a picture is worth 1,000 words. But I do have a favorite. If you know me, you know I'm a horse guy, so wouldn't it be awesome to have a horse racing in Arrowhead Stadium? Again, just ideas to start the ball rolling.
Okay. Would it be great to have horse racing at Arrowhead Stadium? I don't think so. I don't know. It doesn't.
No.
Doesn't seem like that to me. So you click through these pictures. One of them looks like a river walk, like San Antonio.
Yeah.
Or Oklahoma City's got kind of a little river walky area right now. And listen, you can fake up a river walk anywhere. There is another photograph that has, pickleball courts, roller coasters.
Yeah, that's
Do
interesting.
we need more roller
fountain,
coasters and a Ferris wheel?
Huge fountain.
Listen, they got roller coasters at Worlds of Fun up the street. I don't know how many amusement parks this city needs. And then it's kind of these are all just mocked up. I think you could just throw something in AI and say, make me a thing that looks like a mixed use space.
And is this? Maybe I got lost there. Is this with both teams gone?
Yes.
Why is there a stadium in two of these?
Well,
mock-ups?
because you just cut it in half and repurposes it and make it a horse track.
Oh,
Arrowhead Downs, it says. You just kind of cut the thing in half.
Oh, I see now.
Now listen.
I thought that was like, what are we doing here?
No, because we're going to get to a couple more sound bites here because the question is, what are you supposed to do with these stadiums? Are you going to repurpose them, tear them all the way down? What are you going to do? Play a couple more here for you. The next question is, listen, we talked about this. Why has nothing happened there? They built a chicken restaurant once. Remember S.A. Sanders across the street?
I do.
They built that. The Denny's was there, the Drury Inn, the first the Sheraton Royal, then the Adams Mark.
That's
and then,
gone.
it's there.
It's
Coco
there,
Key.
The structure.
Now it's a pickleball thing in the back of that.
UMB Bank.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that have kind of been there and they haven't worked. So I'm going to read between the lines a little bit here, and then we're going to play two sound bites. But the first one, this is Phil Lavoda. And to me, he seemed to lay the lack of development over the years at the feet of the franchises.
There have been some amazing plans over the years to redevelop the area. And why that didn't happen, I won't go into, whether it was an issue at the elected levels or the team's level. But yes, this is now out of the team's realm of whether they like it or not. This is our land, and we're going to develop it.
Whether the teams like it or not, we're going to do something. So wow. You're saying that like people had good plans and the teams were like, nah? So here's Manny Abarca. He's a county legislator. He was down there, and he spoke to the folks at Channel 5, and he went a little bit further on why nothing has ever grown up around the stadiums.
Yeah, so I will say a part of that problem was the reality of in the contract, it talks about really pushing everyone into the stadiums to expend money in the stadiums themselves. I think that was the biggest damper on that economic development. There's also a challenge of leadership in bringing those multi-cities together to find and create a development that spans across multi-jurisdictions. And so we got to look at that. That's not impossible to do. We've seen around other communities across the country that that's possible. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Just the same with our trail that we have there. Rock Island Corridor is a great opportunity for us to connect mass transit to the stadium sites, but we've never done it. And so we've got a lot of opportunity ahead of us. The contracts kind of have dampened that opportunity so far. Now with maybe the Chiefs out of there, there's more opportunity to actually look at real development.
And do you personally see the stadiums being repurposed, or what might they be destroyed?
God, I hope so. I mean, I think we've heard some preliminary estimates on what it would take to tear down the concrete monstrosities. And although it created jobs, I think it created a big space. As we've seen the challenges of really the other developments that have collapsed there, we've not seen a lot of good infill. And so I really hope that this is an opportunity for us to look at something positive impacting those three municipalities. But again, we've got to have more conversations before we do press conferences. So I look forward to that.
Spare us this life from these monstrosities.
Concrete monstrosities? I thought there were places where memories were made. I don't know. Now they're concrete monstrosities. Well, if you're trying to tear it down, they're concrete monstrosities.
Yes.
Now, the Royals Stadium should just touch
be.
it and should fall down because it is full of
Exactly.
cancer of the concrete. But you heard him say there, like apparently some of the contracts that they've written, it was better for the teams to have people spend money in the stadiums than outside the stadiums. They're theirs now. They're Jackson County's. The land is theirs. They'll develop how they want. They went on and said, listen, we're not having a data center there. We'll see. Data centers are important. They're things that people need, but no one wants them in their backyard, apparently. Kind of like the Royals. People like the Royals around town, but nobody wants them in their backyard. They don't want them in the backyard out here.
NIMBY.
Whatever.
It's a thing.
So, I listen, because it's too easy to probably just put a warehouse facility there that would actually create jobs and help. They want to do something else instead. I don't know. Think big, I guess. We'll see. Go find those pictures and tell me what you think. The last renderings that we saw out at Arrowhead Stadium, no one liked.
Yeah.
With what they call the activation zone and the stuff around there. But these aren't. You heard Leabo say, "Listen, I'm telling you right now, these are not plans." He said, "A picture's worth 1,000 words." These are spitballs. Throw them to the wall and see what sticks. I hope a horse track doesn't stick. I hope a roller coaster doesn't stick.
Well, it's.
I don't know.
I look at these pictures and I think, well, that's interesting. Who's going to pay for that? Where does that mean that? Have you not been? These things they can't figure out where the baseball team's going to play, and they're going to figure out. We're going to figure out how to pay for that. Coney Island with a horse track next to it.
Like I said, I do not want to poo-poo people. I mean, it took forever to get downtown revitalized to the point that it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've told the story before. I remember we saved the newspaper clippings from the day your kid is born, right?
Oh, yeah.
So my son was born in January of 1997. And there was some story in the paper from that day about they're going to get this. They weren't even calling it the Power and Light District. They were calling it Electric Avenue or something. They were going to do something downtown by the KCP&L building in 1997. Well, they opened Sprint Center in 2007. It took 10 years.
Yeah.
So things don't happen, and it takes vision and ideas and all those things to do. So I don't want to be a wet blanket and a Debbie Downer. But I'm going to be right now because I did not like what I saw or heard. Yes, have a task force, figure it out. Sometimes let's not reinvent the wheel, man. Like you talked about the score bug. Nice, clean score bug that gets the job done.
Yeah.
How about something that works at that land that the county owns that could bring some jobs and commerce, whatever it is. Sometimes the easier way might be the smarter way than to try to build a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel, a horse track, or a river walk.
Yeah.
There. I don't know. Go look at those yourself and see what you think.
It's something. Also, I heard someone, I think it was Manteric, said, one, this could have been an email.
Yeah, for sure.
and two, huh?
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Renderings are renderings. Sometimes renderings aren't asked for. I like, listen, I thought it was a cute idea. The company who put the things out about the stadium being hit a home run from Kansas into Missouri or whatever. Nobody asked for that.
No.
Okay. Now, that Manica company is one of the companies who is helping design some things for some of these now. Okay. But, they caused a stir and got in the game or whatever. But nobody asked for a Ferris wheel at Truman Sports Complex.
No.
Nobody asked.
Here you go.
Are they building horse tracks around America right now?
Not that I could think of.
That's kind of like, when's the last time a horse track was built?
Also, when you just say, I like
We
horse
had
racing.
one. We had one.
Oh, yeah.
Pete worked there. We had one here. Maybe it was just the wrong location. I don't think horse racing is a growing thing that's happening everywhere.
No. And also, when you just say, I like horse tracks.
Yeah.
So we're doing what you want to do now? Or?
Yeah, I know. I'm not poo-pooing it, except I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am. All right, we're underway. We have a full show coming up. We're going to talk a little K-State with Wyatt Wheeler coming up here. We've got There Can Be Only One. Right, Kyle?
That's correct.
That's correct.
I just messed it up on the sheet.
Be only one. We're going to stump the chumps with Pete and Shane. We are going to have Blair Kirkhoff in studio, talk to him. We'll talk to Jeff Passan as well about Major League Baseball. The Royals getting ready to go tomorrow. And we will have all the Sweet 16 stuff for you over the next couple of nights. We do get to have a feature game tonight. It's pretty cool. Iowa, Nebraska is our feature game, but we'll have it all for you here on Sports Radio 810.
Fight UK State Wildcats.
Good job, Kurtis. Sing it loud, sing it proud.
Most people don't know. They know, Cannonball, Wabash Cannonball. They don't know that song.
Yeah, it's a real fight song. Real fight song. Todd Leabo in for Soren Petro. Kurtis Seaboldt's here. Kyle Collier's here. Who's the intern back there now?
That is Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, that's right. Thunderdome. And that's because he's Mad Max. He's Australian, right?
No, he's
not that?
not Australian.
Not that?
Came from...
his name is Mel?
No.
Why is his name?
How did we get to that one again?
I don't know. I didn't name it. His last name is
right.
Ransom.
His last name is
Oh,
Ransom.
yeah.
So
Mel
we went to
Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
I knew it was
and
involved
we decided to
somehow
call him
there.
Thunderdome. That's what
That's
it was.
right. That's
Yes.
right. Wyatt Wheeler joins us now. He covers Kansas State for USA Today and the CJ Online. How you doing today, Wyatt?
I'm good. About you guys?
Oh, we're just having fun. We've got it's been a wild few weeks, obviously. The tournament's going on. Baseball gets underway. NFL's always a deal here. And we haven't really had a chance to talk some K-State because there was so much conversation, with Jerome Tang leading up to him getting, I guess it's asked not to come back, fired, whatever wherever that stands right now on for cause or not.
His key card didn't work anymore.
And then, they ended up making the hire quickly, which I think was pretty cool. But the press conference was the day after the brackets came out. It's kind of been so much going on. We haven't talked much about it. It's been a busy 10 days or so here for Casey Alexander on the job. What's he been up to this time, trying to get staff together and all that?
Yeah, getting staff together, which was pretty much, from what he said, it was pretty much done when he got there. Bringing over some Belmont guys, a D3 head coach that coached with them at Belmont previously, left his post and is going to be on his assistant coaching staff. So it's just a lot of little things that you got to try to get done right before the transfer portal opens after the national championship. So it's just getting all that together, meeting with players. They had spring break last week, so meeting with a lot of players that aren't going to come back next year. And then, April 7th gets here, and then it's full steam ahead, whether it's a number of these Belmont guys that are going to enter the transfer portal and trying to find the other ones to just try to rebuild this thing. But it feels like everything slowed down a little bit based on the year that Kansas State had and the constant drama that came with everything that surrounded this whole year.
And there's already, no one can officially be in the portal yet, right? But you announced your intentions to go into the portal. So already a couple of names, some Belmont names. Is it a foregone conclusion that these guys are going to come to Kansas State, or is it just a foregone conclusion that their coach left and they're going to be in the portal?
I've been told that it's not a foregone conclusion that all these guys are coming with them. And I don't think that's the worst thing on some of these guys. I don't know if all of them translate to the Big 12, but there are a few prospects in there that you want to keep an eye on, whether it's, Tyler Lundblade was the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year last year. You have a really solid sophomore that was a second-team All-Valley player. You have another player in there, kid with a Drew Sharnowski, I think that's how you say his last name, but a 6'9" forward with 2 years of eligibility. So there's about three guys right there that they're really keeping an eye on over here, along with some incoming freshmen that have decided to back out of their signings with Belmont that could possibly come over to K-State. So it's just a lot of looking at those, and then just those other names, whether it's some of the ones that he's had ties to before that he's tried recruiting, or if it's some of the guys he's maybe coached against, and just other players that tend to fit his system when he tends to know what he likes to have in there, and that's just what he's going to go get.
So, K-State, listen, when Coach Tang left, there hasn't been a full-on list of names who were on the Cats last year in the portal. Do you think anybody will be back? Coach Alexander's been there for a bit. Is there anyone he'd like to have around?
I can't see it. I think there might be one name that's Taj Manning, who's been a 3-year guy for Kansas State, has been on the roster. Kansas State people really like their Kansas Staters.
Right.
So they like the people that stick around and play hard, and I think Taj Manning fits that. He's one of the few guys that gave consistent effort every single day, every single game, and that was a tough thing to come by. But you're not going to see the PJ Haggertys or the Abdi Bashirs, just some of those names that were supposed to come in, be quick fixes to help Jerome get back into the tournament, and then of course we saw how that turned out. But no, I wouldn't hold my breath over any of them, and I wouldn't. If Taj Manning decides to return, that's the one that we're all looking at.
Yeah, he is a guy. He's a local kid from around here too, and he has not left there before, which is pretty rare to see a guy who's been on a roster for a few years. What? Let's look back a little bit at Jerome Tang. I guess a real just general question: what went wrong? Why was he not able to get things figured out with the roster the past couple of years?
Hey, this is my first year covering K-State, and from watching from afar, it's just like, okay, I'm going to come in here and have a lot of respect for this basketball coach. Because Elite Eight, he's won an Naismith Trophy. The guy should be able to coach, but you just come in and you get the nice start, and then you hit that. They start 5-0. They hit a road and lose in Nebraska, who's playing. I think they play today.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah,
today.
Yeah.
So it's just like they lost to them right before the horn. It's just like, man, this team is going to have a chance. They have the talent. They spend a lot of money to get some players, whether it's someone like PJ Haggerty, who's among the nation's scoring leaders, and it just all fell apart. And it's just it kind of went that way last year when you look at the Coleman Hawkins situation, just the money that they're spending on the wrong guys and not distributing it out right, and to where it's just that seemed to be hit them again, to where they end up losing a few games there right after starting 5-0. They have a start to the Big 12 that wasn't very good, and then it got embarrassing as far as just Jerome Tang's messaging after games, and just kind of the way he carried himself was really surprising, just how he really fell apart. And it was just a viral press conference every time he got behind the microphone, and it was basketball games turned into the pregame show for whatever in the world he was going to say after the games, and it was just one thing after another. And then you get the Cincinnati game where you just go scorched earth, and they find a way to get out of $18 million is what they're attempting to do as far as that buyout. And who knows how much was going on behind the scenes that leads to a for-cause firing, and nothing's really come out yet since he's been fired. And as far as lawyer stuff goes, and it's been kind of quiet, but it never felt. Some of the messaging never felt genuine. It felt like a show all the time, and it was just a disaster that couldn't keep going on around here.
Well, the eyebrow-raising press conferences after games didn't end when Jerome Tang left town. What do you think of the way Matthew Driscoll handled those post-game press conferences, and how it may have sat with an organization, an administration, who was like, we're actually in a legal battle with Jerome Tang. Why do you keep going on in front of microphones and talking about how great he is, and how he's the reason why this team was any good?
It was strange because it starts right away. Oh, Jerome Tang was the one to start getting this team turned around with good effort and everything right after they lost by 14 to saying, oh, we turned our season around when we lost by 14 to Houston. And they won, it was 2 games the rest of the year right after that. They go like 2-6, and it's over. And it's not like you're beating the good teams in the league. So it's just, Driscoll was a different dude. I think he always came off as a genuine, nice person. But he was just loyal to his friend, and he would go and say some of the strange stuff and kept referring to Tang, which really, really didn't sit well with this fan base. But, I saw him hug Gene Taylor after the final press conference, just the final KU, when they lost to KU in the regular season finale. I think I remember seeing them hug. So I don't think there was bad blood there, and they were just all trying to get out of the season. But I don't think it was a problem with the administration, but as far as the fan base, they just never. It was like Voldemort. You never want to hear that name. It came to Jerome after that.
It felt like he had thought about what he'd say as a head coach for 20 years, and he got his opportunities. Like, I'm throwing everything I've got out there. Here it comes.
It was strange. It was different. I would, I would go to pressers on the road, and they'd just be like, "What's going on here?" And I look at the faces of the other team's media, just like, what? It's just like, God, what is this guy? It's just like, that's just another Matthew Driscoll press conference. But those were almost a breath of fresh air after some of those Jerome pressers. It was just a weird year with press conferences, and I don't think I'm ever going to experience anything like that month again. That's just memorable, and for all the wrong reasons.
We're talking a little K-State with Wyatt Wheeler, and I thought Coach Alexander's opener was nice. It was fine, It wasn't as flashy as Jerome Tang's a few years ago, which felt like a revival. Seems like he's all business, kind of buttoned down, and is going to get after it. I know he hasn't been available to a lot of people here and there, but what do you think of him and, just maybe what he can do for Kansas State? He certainly seems like a different cat than Jerome Tang.
Yeah, I thought the presser was exactly what Kansas State needed, was just somebody who wasn't Jerome Tang. And I think that won a lot of people over when it's just, Jerome Tang's presser. He grabs the microphone. He's walking around like he's giving a sermon, and he screams. And the first thing he does is scream that it's a great day to be a Wildcat. So I think Casey just coming in with a business-like approach, just having a confidence to who he is and what he runs is it's exactly what Kansas State fans wanted to hear after some of the craziness. It didn't need to be a rah-rah press conference to go try to fill the seats. It just needed to be business and just confidence, and give you the feeling that there's a professional in here that can turn things around. And I thought Casey did that. I've been around Casey for several years now, covering the Missouri Valley Conference, and always just a tremendous amount of respect for him and the way he coaches, just the offenses, the talent evaluation, just the ability to lose a few NBA high major type guys and then be able to go in portal or be able to identify some guys and develop them and have them never skip a beat. So it's going to be fascinating to see what he does with some big-time resources now. I think you'd be surprised to hear him talk about the resources that he didn't have at a school like Belmont, when you just figure Belmont has a ton of money. But I really liked the hire. That was it was probably my favorite out of the names that would be floated around if it wasn't going to be Josh Schertz, when it never appeared to be him. But I think Casey's. It's gonna be fun to watch, just as far as what he's able to go get over the next few weeks, and I think it's going to take a little time to build. And that's the way he wants to do it, is just build and get people that come in and want to be program guys and be able to use his new resources to retain at the same time. So I think that's a lot of things that Kansas State people really want, and what they're going to really like, and something they'd really like about him as long as he's winning.
Wyatt, listen, this ends up not being a great hire for Gene Taylor because, Jerome Tang ended up being a failure. They end up having to fire him. They're going to have to pay him a lot of money. Chris Kleiman had enough, and he's done. Where's Gene Taylor right now in all this? How much longer do you think he wants to do this job? Because he's been pretty outspoken about not really liking the way college athletics work now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Just watching Gene Taylor from afar all these years, and even dating back to North Dakota State, there's a way that he's watched and been around college athletics that it's definitely not. And I think he's the type that gets on a lot of these boards and wants to try to create positive change and get it and try to leave places in a better place than he's found them, is just kind of the sense I get from him. really close with Kleiman, and Coach Klein and Colin Klein falls on his lap. He has to go through all this with Jerome when, it looked really good for Gene when he first hired Jerome. You go to an Elite Eight, and then it's just a couple of extensions that really backed him into a corner and caused a lot of heat for him. But, it's going to be. I think he's closer to retirement than. I don't think they're going to make any changes or anything. I think it's just angry social media that's probably putting more heat on him than maybe he deserves. But I think he's kept this place respectable, and he was able to get the football coaching hire that he had to get after Kleiman decided to leave, and I don't think he's going to be making many more hires after this. Mm-hmm. But I think he's going to be there for at least a couple of more years until he decides that he wants to ride off into the sunset.
Wyatt Wheeler's been our guest. Here's how we finish these interviews up. Final four quick questions, yes or no, or just a number. We'll start this off right here. You mentioned Colin Klein, the new coach. Spring ball is underway. Let's go ahead and put you on the spot. How many wins regular season for K-State football next year?
I think 9. I like the beginning of the schedule. That'll set them up for a pretty good year.
I think people would take that. All right, Casey Alexander's first year. Will or won't make the NCAA tournament?
Won't. I'm going to go under 20 wins for the first time in his last 7 years.
Won't. How much money is Jerome Tang going to get out in the settlement from 0 to $18 million?
Let's give him 10.
10? Right about in the middle. And we got a few Big 12 teams in the Sweet 16 here. Who's going to win the national title?
I've always had Arizona.
Arizona. That seems to be the consensus around. Wyatt, fun to talk to you, buddy. Appreciate the time. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Thank you.
Welcome back into the program. I'm Todd Leabo, in for Soren Petro. Kurtis Seaboldt is here. Kyle's here.
Archie's
Not
here.
Ransom. What do we call him? Mad Max? Thunderdome. Thunderdome is here. And the true Thunderdome, Pete Enoch, is here.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to play
Thunderfoot.
There Can Be Only One. There Can Be Only One coming up, and we're going to do Stump the Chumps. I got questions, Pete. You're going to love them. Easy questions, easy answers.
He's already covering his face.
They're going to be fun. We're going to have a good time with that. Blair Kirkhoff is still going to be here at 4 o'clock. We got Jeff Passan coming as well. Don't forget, we've got Sweet 16 action for you here the next couple of nights here on Sports Radio 810 as the tournament gets back into the swing of things. Should be a lot of fun. Baseball season is underway everywhere, except for the Royals. I've been clicking around watching games. Hey, the Cubs are losing. Imagine that. Imagine that.
That's stunning.
Yeah. There Can Be Only One coming up next.
All right, with at least 2 games played, 2 schools are unbeaten in Sweet 16 play. Name either one of them. Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Welcome back into the program. I'm Todd Leabo in for Soren Petro. We got a full studio.
We do.
Right here.
Only one.
Pete.
There can be.
Enoch is here. Good morning, Pete.
Todd, how are you,
It's
buddy?
afternoon. Good afternoon, Pete.
Good afternoon, buddy. How are
Shane
you?
Summers is here.
Good. Hello, everyone.
Come on, more energy.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah, he does damage when he comes in here.
Yeah, I know.
He wins.
Kurtis is here.
Yeah.
And sometimes you play, there can be only one, and sometimes you don't. You like this game?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Better than the feud.
I'm just not very good at the feud.
You're not very good at feud. You're
Soren
not any
gets-
worse than Michael Darcy was yesterday.
Soren gets mad at me when I'm not.
Yeah, Soren gets mad at me if you're good at the feud, too.
Soren gets mad.
He just gets mad.
There.
True.
Yeah,
you
just
like
in the
it.
sentence.
Too many words in that sentence.
In the sentence. All right, Thunderdome, help me keep track of these answers, too, because we need to give these to Soren. He puts them in the spreadsheet. He puts them in the deal. Kyle Collier is going to be the MC of this affair. Are you ready for this, Kyle?
Are you guys ready?
I don't know. Are we
And
ready?
now, our master of ceremonies, Kyle Collier.
All right, we're going to start in baseball. Royals total team homers in 2026. How many?
Total team homers. Who's first? I'll go.
I can read Soren's answers first, and
Okay,
then we can go
Soren.
from there.
Okay.
Soren went with 215. The
215.
record, by the way, 193.
Yeah, so he's actually, I mean, the fences are in. I'll go next. Yeah, I was going to say I didn't think the Royals had ever hit 200 home runs, but I think they got a couple of 30 guys on there. But I'm going to say they don't hit a record. 192. Kurtis?
That's about where I was going to go. I'll say 199. They fall one shy of 200.
Shane?
210.
210. Pete?
The record's 215.
No,
The record is 193.
Oh,
For the Royals.
193. Okay, that'll be 204.
204. Huh?
I will go 185.
Oh, he doesn't think much
Wow.
at all about it. I mean, what was Petro's number 2? What?
215.
Oh, wow. He's all over it. He's all over it. All right. Next.
All right, next we go to the Missouri Tigers. Does Missouri give a contract extension that raises Dennis Gates' pay by more than 20%?
We will.
Petro said no.
Petro said no. And we'll go with Kurtis first here.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Not after this year.
Shane.
I'll just say no. Not absolutely no.
Peter.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I could have just said, hell no.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
In honor of Ozone.
No, you're next, Kyle.
No.
Just no. I'm going to say hell no, in honor of the other intern.
That's right.
That's
I'm going to
true.
say Thunderdome no.
In honor of Jay, we'll say hell no.
By the way, he's going to totally get $1 million a year raise. Has to now that we've all said no, he's not going to get a raise. I'm going to get on my soapbox for 10 seconds. You got to quit paying these guys all this money and extending these contracts and giving them buyouts. You don't need to.
Hey,
Just get your team better every year.
As a K-State fan, it's never blown up in.
It never blows up in your face.
No.
There will be
Because
lawyers.
If someone is going to come grab him, let him grab him.
Go.
You can probably find somebody that good. fairly
Shane, I
quickly.
still people that's still bitching about about Tex Winter leaving K-State.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. Never should have let him go, ever.
Yeah.
And then he went to 5 different colleges and pros. And
I was just
Hall
thinking
of
that
Famers.
You better not let
Yeah.
you better not let Dennis Gates go then. I just was looking
Tex
this up
Winter
while we were
and Dennis
talking to
Gates.
Wyatt Wheeler. When's the last time K-State got a new football coach and new basketball coach the same year?
Same year?
Same year.
I looked that up once a couple years ago. I actually had a spread. This will not surprise anyone. I had a
Yeah,
spreadsheet.
Well, what
to
color
see-
was it?
Actually, I take that back.
2006 with Bob Huggins and Prince.
Well, that is the 2007.
Oh, there's off.
It's called the 2006-07 basketball season, so it's a little bit different.
I see.
So,
Do you
but
know this
I
for a
think that
fact?
kind of. Well, I don't know if it's a fact, but I'm looking back at just Basketball Reference. Jack Gardner was hired in 1940. Okay, and in 1940, where's my other sheet here?
Do you have the basketball list in front of you? Because I'll pull the football list.
Yeah,
up.
I'm looking at it right here. It was Hobbs Adams. Remember Hobbs Adams?
Oh no, I don't.
I was a
remember.
sophomore then.
Because they call. I mean, I think you're right though, because Bob Huggins
get what you're
was 06, 07, and Ron Prince was the 06 football season. So I think it should be that year.
Well, what's your point?
Well, my point is, if it goes back to 1940, that's crazy because they had a lot of different coaches. They just never lined up at the exact same time, getting fired or quitting or whatever. But here's the deal: Gene Taylor has, a lot on the line here.
Yeah,
he hired
he
two
does.
coaches,
Yeah.
and they look like good hires. But
Yeah.
we'll see if it works out. Kyle.
All right, going back to baseball, Major League Baseball, the American League MVP will be who?
AL MVP. Who's Petros say?
Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. And now we will start with Shane.
I mean, I'm going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. because I don't want to go with Aaron Judge.
Oh, well.
You mean the guy who struck out 4 times last night?
The guy
Shane?
that's won it, the last 3 years or something like that? I'll go with Bobby Witt. Why not?
Pete?
I'm going to take Bo Diddley's favorite one more time, Judge.
Judge?
Judge.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm writing these down too so we can compare these. And we go to Kyle.
I'm going to go with Nick Kurtz of the Las Vegas Athletics.
Oh, Las Vegas. Someone off the deal. I was kind of like the same way. Who else? I think Cal Riley's going to step back.
Yeah.
He's not hitting 67
He's got
homers.
to.
I'll take Vladdy.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Why not Vladdy? Little value on that bet there. So we'll see about how that goes. Kurt?
I think it's going to be Bob.
Bob.
Yeah.
So we have 3 homers
Mhm.
and 3 realistic people. Actually, Pete's probably going to
Yep.
win because it's Aaron Judge.
Well,
Why do you give
I
it
mean,
out?
I hate to say chalk, but I mean,
Well, the guy's a disaster, Pete. He hasn't got a hit all year.
Bob's.
He's the total, and he struck out in all the important positions in the
no, I mean,
WBC.
it'll be an upset if he wins. We all agree he stinks.
I don't think Bob's an upset or an unrealistic.
No, it's not.
No,
He
unrealistic.
was the
not.
number 2
No.
off the board, I think I saw recently.
You said 3 homers
Here's the
and
deal.
3
Like
realistic.
I think Petro clearly has Bobby hitting 50 home runs, helping him get to 215, and
Stealing 50, 50,
He's the 50-50 club. He's going to get it done.
Might
What else,
save
Ray?
some games.
Oh wow!
Maybe.
Manage a couple.
All right, going back to college basketball in Lawrence, is Bill Self back as Kansas head coach next year?
Oh boy, let me check the internet real quick.
Petro says no.
He's been saying no the whole time, right? Has anything happened? Shane, get on the interwebs and tell me if something's happened. Who's up next? We start this one with Pete. Bill Self
Connie
back or no?
Francis, Don't Break the Heart That Loves You will be the song. No, he will be gone.
He's gone. Kyle, where are you now on this?
I'm going to go no.
Now you're no?
Yeah.
You were yes before, right?
No, I wasn't.
You were no?
Yeah.
I thought we had a thing a couple weeks ago.
I just wasn't freaking out yet.
Okay. Are you freaking out yet?
I'll freak out when the announcement's made.
Going pretty long now.
You know what? I'll try. I think it's no, but I'll try to get one on you guys. I think he's going to talk his wife into one more, so he's back.
Okay.
I was going to be the one. If you'd said no, I was going to say yes.
But now you're going to say no.
But now I'm going
Now
to
you're
say
going
no.
to say what you believe.
Yeah.
Do these guys really listen to their wife? I don't think
no.
his wife has anything to do with it.
No, they don't usually.
No, and he doesn't either. No. If he's wise, he doesn't. No.
Shane, do you want him back?
He's going to go to North Carolina.
That would be funny.
No chance of it.
No chance of that.
I think he'll be back for. I mean,
You think he's back?
Maybe, yeah, like 1 year or 2. I don't think. I don't know.
I mean, the
Think of the
Well,
records
I
he
don't
could
know. It's
set.
not a good answer.
The longer
Yes
we-
or no?
Yeah,
Is
there
he
could-
back or no?
There
I
can be
think-
only one.
Correct. I think he'll be back next year, and I
He's
think he
gonna
might
coach
be
one
done
more.
after that.
Going to coach one more. I think I'm probably wrong. I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is a tough one. Here's the deal. He wants to coach. I promise you that.
It's like a jury that's out, though. I mean, it's gone a long
I
time
know.
now.
And we
even-
talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
The longer it goes, the more likely it is that he's going to stay.
I think, but then again, we haven't gone through one just like this.
True
Well,
story.
true.
I mean, there are plenty of times when guys have left a little bit later for whatever reason. I don't remember one where a guy clearly wants to keep coaching, and he has said he has a decision to make.
Well, he
because of
doesn't
health
like the
things.
president. He doesn't like the present day atmosphere.
I don't think
at
I
all.
don't think that bothers him as much as.
Well,
as the
not
other.
now. Not as much.
I
as
don't
it
think
did, but-
anyone really likes the present
No.
day atmosphere.
Well, not the old timers. They certainly don't.
But I think he is new time enough where he's into it. I mean, listen, they went out there and found Darren Peterson. They paid Hunter Dickinson a lot of money. They're playing the game.
Well,
They
yeah,
just
that's
haven't
true.
played it
That's true.
well enough
Well, that's
yet.
true.
You know, he's not sitting here saying, "I'm not taking any transfers.
Well,
I'm not going Dabo on this
Yeah,
thing."
right.
He's playing the game.
Yeah.
But they just haven't been as good.
I mean,
because the league's tougher, I think now because there's more teams to prepare for. I don't think some of these new teams are scared of Kansas. I think there's a
G
lot
League
of things.
players are playing now. I mean,
They're
pretty
bringing
soon
guys
it's gonna
back. I
be-
mean, you heard the Open, Coach Cal talking about kids in the stands, got to make money, second wives, whatever. I mean, it's
25.
nuts out there now.
And he's not really the hot NBA commodity anymore, is he?
No,
Like, because
no.
it was forever as the Thunder. I don't think the Thunder need him anymore.
Would he go to
I think
Okie
they're
State
okay.
though? Just out of
Well, I
curiosity?
mean, that was the a few years ago. Apparently, they
Yeah.
had come and tried to get him, and he didn't do it.
I bet they're trying to get him now too.
Is the guy that he's buddies with still with the Spurs? Or is that over?
Oh,
Yeah,
that whole
JC
crew. I think his son works for the
Buford.
Spurs.
Yeah, he's still there.
I think that's
Not
where
anymore.
Tyler Sup doesn't work there anymore. But I mean, there's a connection. But listen, he's not. If he can't, his heart won't take coaching at Kansas. It won't take coaching 82 games in the NBA.
He's either back or he's done.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's still making more than his players, barely. But
Well, it
he's
depends on who.
He's the
Yeah,
back or
right.
he's and he could be at a desk or a
So you're saying
Be on a TV,
you're
maybe.
saying he's
TV,
going to
yeah.
North Carolina.
No, I'm saying he could.
Heard
I
it
could
here
certainly
first.
see him.
Kurtis Seaboldt.
Maybe finally going to Missouri for all these years. Kyle, what's next?
All right, going back or just going to the NFL for the first time. What is Travis Kelce's final season as an NFL player? Petro says 27.
Well, he's got him going another after this one. Wow. We started with Pete there, so we start with you, Kyle.
This is his final year, 26.
26. I'm with you on that. 26. I'm not going to try to be cute here. 26.
Same.
26. Shane.
Yeah, 26. I thought he was done.
Pete.
I think he'll announce that this is last year. Yeah. I
You think he'll
this will
say
be
that at
the
some
last
point?
one. Yeah.
Have a little rocking chair thing going.
Well,
Petro's
yeah,
alone on an
exactly,
island there.
Exactly.
We know where he'll announce it.
On a podcast?
Yes.
In the booth?
No, he'll announce it on with his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
maybe
true.
his wife at that point.
Could be.
Maybe Kylie. Maybe everyone will
just
be there.
Pop out during
Making
the
sourdough.
Do they really do that in the NFL as opposed to rocking chair stuff and all that? I can't remember who was. I mean, when
Trying
some
to
of the big
remember of a
timers-
guy who said this is their last year.
Joe Montana didn't get anything like this.
He didn't really say it was his
I
last
think
year.
I think Larry Fitzgerald didn't
Did he?
Wasn't that?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know if
just
Larry
his team.
Fitzgerald ever officially retired for like 4 years after he finally quit.
I thought he said it. I thought he was one that did because
Did Tom Brady say it was his last year? No, he
No,
didn't.
he-
He
he
played
sent-
the game.
Yeah.
He sent something out after the season and then retook it and then put it back.
A
up.
lot of these guys now, they just do it. They
Yeah,
just put a
true.
video up. Like
So
Sherman,
baseball's
Anthony
the only
Sherman
one.
got in a helicopter or something like that. With
Well,
a,
basketball doesn't do it because a lot of the fans hate the players that played on another team. I mean,
Jared Allen get on a horse and go away into the sunset. J.J. Watt
Might
did
have.
something like that just on like Twitter or something.
I think he put something on Twitter. I remember that.
It's like Dr. J or something. They gave him the rocking chair when
They
they,
did it
went
with
to
Kareem, I
L.A. or
believe, yeah.
something.
Did they?
Kareem.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they did
That's
it with
about the only one. Those two.
Shaq got a couple of nods too.
I'm going to put something on Threads. That way you guys know I'm gone.
Threads.
Well, no, you wear a suit in here. That'll be your wrap.
I'm not
up.
wearing some suit in here. How many more we got, Kyle?
3 more.
3 more. Let's
Back to college basketball. At what pick does Arkansas point guard Darius Acuff go
Ooh,
in the
Acuff.
26 NBA draft?
go. Where's Sensei?
He says third.
Third. Okay, so I'm next, I think. Because Pete you just went first.
I
didn't
led
you?
off last
Okay,
time.
so all right, I'll go first here. I'll say fourth.
That's who I took in the one a couple of weeks ago. Fourth for number 22 from KU.
Oh, fourth. There, well, you can't have him fourth again. then.
No.
Kurt.
Second.
Second. Shane.
Third, I don't know.
Third. Are you just copying Petro?
I didn't mean to. I just didn't copy Kurtis.
Pete, what are you gonna say?
I think he had the best season of all freshmen. I'll take him first.
Overall number 1. How
Yep.
about that? Huh?
I'm going to go third as well.
Third as well.
Oh, it's Kyle copying me?
No, he's copying Petro because that's what he does all the time. Petro's the boss. He copies Petro, and he lets him win all the face-offs on the feud and everything.
Nice hoodie, sir.
Turn your mic off.
Yeah.
Nice hoodie, sir.
I like your hoodie today. I like your shorts. Can I pick up your drink for you?
You're handsome.
Nice haircut.
Nice haircut.
What do we got?
All right, back to the Royals. How many games do they win this year?
Okay.
Petro says 89.
He's on 89. All right, I've been asking a lot of people this question, but I'm not first. Kurtis is first.
87.
88.
87, 88. Peter?
Right at 500, 82.
Oh, 82. Doesn't think
Or
much of
81,
well.
81.
Yeah, 81 would be.
Yeah, 81. 81.
81.
Yeah.
Kyle says?
88.
88. Boy, that was huge. I've talked to a lot of people who are like that 86, 87 right in there. I think it's what
Were they last year, 87?
No, they were 80.
85?
4?
I think they're 84.
Yeah, something like
Was
that.
it?
A little bit over.
So I think they're
I
80.
will say. What'd you say, Shane?
88.
I'm going to say 87, Kurtis. Kurtis and I are going to be the exact same on that. 87. And I don't know if that's going to be enough for it to be a wild card. Might be.
Oh, it should be.
Should be, but you never know.
Yeah.
Never know. We don't have a lot of data for those years yet on that. Final one?
All right, final one. College basketball. Which of the 3 local basketball coaches is at their current job the longest? Petro says Dennis Gates.
Wow.
All right, so now we start at well, let's go, Shane. Is it Shane first?
Casey Alexander, baby.
He's got the freshest start. Pete, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll take Alexander, too, because he does have, he's got a 4-year contract. Is that correct, or 5?
Yeah.
Well, then he'll be
They
here
didn't.
the
They didn't
longest.
give Jerome Tang that many years.
Well, yeah, but I mean, State is it's not academically quite the school.
You
of
wait for
Mizzou.
Kyle to go Bill Self here. He's going to say he's staying for 10
Jacques
more years.
Vaughn. No, I'm going to say Casey Alexander.
Casey Alexander. See, I think Petro's going to be alone. I got Casey Alexander too. Could be. It's a really good question with Alexander and Gates.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say Gates. Come on, Kurtis.
Alexander.
Say Gates. How may I help you? So, boy, Petro's alone on a couple of them there. He likes to be on the island.
He likes to be alone.
He didn't mind.
He likes to be on the island. All right, so there it is. There can be only one, or there can only be one?
There can be only one.
There can be only one. Good job, Kyle.
Only one
reading
there
those
can be.
things off. Only one you can be. We're going to play Stump the Chumps next, coming up. And if you want the final Jeopardy question, if you send a question, not one of our good questions with 15 answers, you got to send a question with one answer to Kyle at Kyle@810WHB.com. Blind copy me so I can know those questions ahead of time at Todd Leabo at 810WHB.com. You can win along with us. Someone, my daughter, some guy was like coaching youth soccer this last week. She was out at DeSoto, and she met this guy, and he said, I used to call Stump the Chumps all the time. He doesn't get to call anymore, but you can still win by sending a question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. That's right. We are here to play Stump the Chumps. Kurtis, Todd, Pete, no Soren, Shane Summers, and Kyle Collier's running the whole operation for sure. And Thunderdome is going to help keep score. I'm going to write scores down, and I've already instructed him. If we have a discrepancy, and we say, like, Shane, I say he's got 6, and he says he's got 8, Shane's got 6. If we say I've got 12, and he thinks I have 11, I got 12. Okay, so we're pencil whipping everybody on this, okay?
It would seem.
Are you ready, Shane?
Sure.
Are you ready, Pete?
Yes.
You ready, Kurtis?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Thunderdome? All right. You got a pencil, or is he doing this all on his notes app on his phone? What's he doing?
He's a pen and paper type
That's
guy.
right. I like that. Now, we will want to put this in the spreadsheet later. I'm up first. Are you ready?
Oh, I am.
I think this is pretty easy stuff for you. All right, Final Four will be coming up next week. I just need you to name, this is easy, boys. You guys got this. A 7 seed or worse that's made the Final Four.
Kurtis.
Curtis. And
UConn.
then Pete.
Enoch.
UConn is correct.
Shane.
Pete.
8th seed Butler.
Butler.
Curtis.
Shane, you're in.
George Mason.
George
Enoch.
Mason, that is correct. And then I think Curtis, then Pete.
UCLA.
Shane.
UCLA, and then Pete.
Did you say North Carolina State?
No, you just did.
Okay.
Loyola Marymount.
No.
Chicago.
No, buzz him. You can buzz back in.
Shane. Loyola Chicago.
There you go. Anyone else? Come on.
Hang on.
There weren't any seeds in.
Curtis.
Yeah, it's got to go from.
Kentucky. In
That's
14.
correct. 14.
Shane. Indiana.
No.
Weren't they one?
Curtis. LSU.
LSU.
86.
86.
Enoch. What the hell? CCNY.
No. The
Shane.
seeds were starting about
Shane. VCU.
VCU. Oh.
Curtis.
Kyle didn't like that one.
Did somebody say Villanova?
No.
Okay. 88.
Enoch. Princeton.
No.
Shane.
They didn't make the Final Four. They had a good run, though. Shane.
How many more are there?
KU.
No. 7 seed or worse. There's like, what do we got? About 3 or 4 left? 4 or 5 left.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Syracuse.
Syracuse. That was the one for
Like
Petro.
in 15 or something?
16.
They were 6. What?
There was 2016.
Oh.
They were a 10 seed. Oklahoma was there. We don't talk about that Final Four. All right. I think I got 6 for Kurtis. Is that about right? Correct. And then I get 3 for Shane and 2 for Pete. All right. How about that? I did pretty good.
Did we miss?
Okay. Let me.
What'd you
write
get,
this
Todd?
down.
13?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, you gave the.
We didn't say Wichita State.
Oh, geez.
Remember that
Oh,
one?
man.
Florida Atlantic. Just a
I
couple of years
don't
ago.
want to talk about that one.
Michigan State in 15. South Carolina. Frank Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's. Did someone say North Carolina?
No.
You said
Oh,
North
yeah,
Carolina
yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
that was. I just didn't scratch it off.
From
I didn't scratch it off.
2000.
Yeah, Wichita State. How'd you forget Wichita State?
Everyone, don't look directly at me.
I'm looking. How'd you forget South Carolina? That's Frank Martin.
Because it
That's
still
your
makes me
coach.
mad.
Ever heard of that
There's
one,
two-
Shane?
You ever heard of that one,
2 of
Shane?
them make me mad. All right.
All right, I think I can read the scores right. 6 to 3 to 2.
Cool.
Kurtis.
I am also NCAA tournament.
Okay.
There are 25 guys, 250 career points in the NCAA tournament.
Leabo.
Shane.
Todd.
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice, yes. Shane.
Leabo.
Shane. Tyler Hansbrough.
Tyler Hansbrough,
Enoch.
yes. Todd, then Pete.
Christian Leitner.
Leitner. Pete.
Enoch Rose.
Jalen Rose.
Leabo.
Enoch.
Todd.
I mean, they lost all the time, but Austin Carr scored so many.
Austin Carr.
Enoch.
Pete.
Who was Clyde Lavella?
Clyde Lavella.
Leabo?
No, actually. Todd.
Did Buddy Hield get there?
He did not.
Leabo. Dan Manning.
Dan Manning. Let's see, you got some
Leabo.
Dookies, got another
Shane.
Kansas player.
Bobby
Todd.
Enoch.
Todd first, Todd, then Shane, then Pete.
I'll say Shane Battier.
Shane Battier.
Bobby Hurley.
Bobby Hurley, no.
Enoch. Did somebody say Christian Leitner?
They
Been
did.
said.
Oh.
Got some old guys.
trying to think of
Still
it.
some old guys in there. A number of old guys in
Shane. Lou Alcindor.
there. Yes.
Leabo.
Shane.
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton.
Enoch.
Yes. Pete. Shane.
I was going to say Bill Walton.
Pete.
Mao Padna, Lucius Allen.
No, actually.
Another Leabo. Grayson Allen.
Nope.
No.
Shane.
Buzz me.
Leabo. Nick Collison.
Nick Collison. We got a guy who beat Nick.
Drew Gooden.
What did we get?
No, not good. I don't know.
Okay, no, I mean, what didn't we get?
Oh, Bill Bradley.
Oh, God.
Calbert Cheney. Juan Dixon. Patrick Ewing. Danny Ferry. Elvin Hayes. Grant Hill. Jawan Howard.
Should have said Grant Hill.
Jerry Lucas. Oscar Robertson.
I never heard of him.
Miles Simon. Drew Timmey. Jerry West. Reggie Williams and Corliss Williamson.
Oh,
we did kind of
there.
okay. I think I got 7
there
for
was
me.
Food.
Is that right?
There was food. It went uneaten.
Did I get 7 Thunderdome? Yep. And then I have Shane as a total of 5 now, and Pete with 3. All right. We're doing good.
No, I got 2 that time.
Did you get 2 that time?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it to you.
I did.
Why not?
I did.
If Pete says he got it, he
there's
got it.
I'm the last guy here that ought to cheat.
No, you have won 3 in a row, but we'll give you points. Shane.
All right. This is also Final Four related.
Okay.
Name the last head coach to take a current Big 12 team to a Final Four. Hint: there's
Leabo.
Enoch.
There's only 12 answers.
Enoch. Bill Self.
Bill Self's one. There you go.
Kelvin Sampson.
Kelvin Sampson.
Curtis. Lon Kruger.
Nope.
So he's got to be a guy who's still coaching.
No, it just has to be
okay.
a team in the Big 12's last
in the Big 12 right now. Okay.
Current Big 12.
Leabo. Lon Kruger.
No.
Curtis. Bob Huggins.
Oh, they're not in the Big 12.
Bob Huggins said that. Is technically right for 2.
2 of them, so he gets 1 answer.
Big 12?
Wow.
Big 12, yes.
Oh, no.
Okay, now I got to think. Leabo, Chris Beard.
Chris Beard, Texas Tech.
Curtis. Lute Olson.
Lute Olson, Arizona.
Leabo, Rick Majerus.
Yep. Utah.
Nice.
Oh, good job.
Curtis. Eddie Sutton.
Eddie Sutton.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was trying to think.
Pete, you said his name earlier.
Leabo.
Who should have never left who Utah.
Oh, Tex Winter.
There you go. Pete got one.
Nice
64. You got
Henry Iba.
Curtis.
Nope.
They're not in the Big
Scott
12
Drew.
school?
Henry Iba has already. Eddie Sutton's been named.
Oh, it's the last
Drew.
one. Okay.
Scott Drew. There you go.
Okay.
You.
So we
far,
did it all?
Nope. You don't have Colorado and Iowa State.
Oh, I don't know the Colorado. We did those names once. What I'm saying, Frosty something.
Colorado's HB. He was the guy after
Frosty Cox.
It's the guy after HB Lee in 1955.
Lee.
And Iowa State, it was 44. Louis Minzy.
Yeah, old Minzy. See, we had that answer
Old
a couple times. So Pete got 1. Is that right? And Curtis, did you just get 1? You get more than 1.
I think I just got 1.
Yeah.
No, I got Huggins and somebody else.
Yeah. What's the score supposed to be at Thunderdome?
You got Scott Drew, didn't you?
Yeah,
he got Scott Drew. So he should have 8. I think I have 9. Is that right?
He's got 10, 10, 5, 6.
10, 10, 5, 6. I'm taking him at his word on all of it. Pete, let's go.
Okay, man, back when it was the Pac-10 in basketball.
Pac-10.
Who was the first basketball player to lead the league 3 straight years?
In what?
Basketball. I said.
Scoring?
Yeah, scoring.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
there's a lot of things in basketball.
I'm sorry. Yeah, scoring.
Leabo.
He had more
Gail
basketball.
Goodrich.
No.
So was that before the Pac-10, or was that?
No, he played in the Pac-10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was before Gail Goodrich.
3 straight years in scoring.
Lou Alcindor?
Nope.
Is it before that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to strike out. Leabo. Jackie Robinson.
Got it.
I knew it was going to be a trick. Let's go.
Good
job.
Come on.
Good job, man. Good job.
I feel like I did something.
Oh, I didn't think he might get that.
Take a break. I'm going home.
I didn't think he'd get that.
All right. Here we go.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Switching gears. Are you ready? Baseball's beginning. This should be pretty easy for you.
This isn't.
Okay. Hopefully it's not your question. Might be. Who knows? All right. I want you to name me someone who was in the starting lineup for the Royals on the opening day of either of their championship seasons. Shane.
Alex Gordon.
Enoch.
Alex Gordon, correct.
Enoch.
And then Pete.
George Brett,
Shane.
correct. And then Curtis.
Salvador Perez.
Sal Perez, correct. Shane.
Alex Rios.
Curtis.
Alex Rios, good pull. Curtis.
Lorenzo Cain.
Lorenzo Cain.
Enoch. Steve Balboni.
Steve Balboni started
Shane.
first base. Shane.
Curtis.
Willie Wilson.
Will Wilson.
Enoch.
And then Curtis, then Pete. Curtis first.
Mike Moustakas.
My Mutaka.
Mutaka.
Frank White.
Frank White, correct.
Shane. Alcides Escobar.
Alcides.
Good
Curtis.
job.
nuts. Kurtis.
Bob Boone? I'm sorry.
No, Bob Boone.
Kurtis. Jim Sundberg?
Jimmy Sundberg, correct. Peter, you back in or no?
No.
Kurtis.
Shane.
Kurtis, then Shane.
Pat Sheridan?
Pat Sheridan, correct.
I had to guess.
Shane, then
Right
Pete.
fielder.
Brett Saberhagen?
Nope.
Kurtis.
Jim Sundberg?
He's already been said.
Oh.
Bud Black.
Bud Black was a starter. Kurtis. There are DHs, too, on these teams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Shane. Hal McRae.
Oh, wrong.
Wow.
Did not start
Kurtis.
opening day.
Shane.
Onyx Concepcion?
He was in, not the DH, but
Kendrys Morales.
Kendrys Morales,
work.
correct. We still missing a couple of 15s. I'm not giving more hints. I fed you guys so well.
Wow.
Too late.
First base.
Bill Postberg, ever heard of him?
We forget
George
Hosmer.
Orta was the DH on opening day. I never
George
heard of Eric
Orta.
Hosmer. My son's favorite player, because everyone hated him, Omar Infante, and Robin Ventura, or not Robin Ventura.
Omar Infante wasn't on 15.
He was starting. He was opening day.
I don't.
He
Are you
was.
sure?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt, and then he got DFA'd later.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
opening day, and then Ventura Giordano was the starter on opening day. So
Oh.
I think I got 7 for Kurtis on that one.
Wow.
5 and 3.
We feasted there.
I think that's right. I'm going to go with that. Sounds close. Is that about right?
I only know Bud Black because I was there.
Because I was there.
Humble
5
humble
and then
brag.
3. Yeah, you know. He grew up next to the stadium.
True story. This is similar, and I was hoping this wasn't not the
Exact.
place you were going. 27 different pitchers have started for the Royals on opening
Leabo.
day. Todd.
Ventura.
Enoch.
Rob Giordano Ventura. Pete.
Shane.
Wally
Leabo.
Bunker.
Wally Bunker. Yes. Shane.
I think you said it before me, didn't you?
Nothing
No,
else.
you're in.
Cole Reagans.
Enoch.
Cole Reagans.
I'll
Yes.
take
Pete.
Saberhagen.
Paul
I was in.
Splittorf.
Paul Splittorf.
Shane.
Yes. You said
I got a Saberhagen.
Sabes. Okay. Shane.
Enoch.
Lebo.
Sheen.
Brad Keller.
Brad Keller.
Bud Black.
Hang on. Yes, there he is. Pete.
Who was the kid? Go on.
Bud Black.
Bud Black.
It was just the answer
Shane.
last time.
Shane.
Did Luke Hochaver?
Lebo.
Luke Hochaver did. Yes.
Grinke.
Zach
Lebo.
Leaves.
Apier.
Kevin Oppier. He did it 7 times.
Lebo.
Shane.
David Cohn.
David Cohn did not.
Striking. Jimmy Shields.
James Shields. Yes.
Shane.
Shane.
Gilmish.
Gilmesh. Yes.
Enoch.
Pete.
I'd die if I didn't say this. Dick Drago.
Dick Drago.
No.
Shane.
Shane.
Bruce Chin.
Yeah,
Bruce
it was
Chin.
the answer. I had the other day.
Still a couple of Royals Hall of Famers.
Lebo.
Todd.
Dennis Leonard.
Dennis
Oh,
Leonard.
good
Still
job.
2
Leabo.
Royals Hall of Famers left.
Paul Splittorf.
He already been said. In the early
Leabo.
70s and in the 80s.
Larry Gura.
Larry Gura.
Yeah.
I still got 2 Royals Hall of Famers.
Lebo.
One from-
Gooby.
Mark Gubazov.
Oh, that's
Still
what I
ones
was
from the
trying to think
70s.
of. Damn it.
Hall of Famer from the
Lebo.
70s.
Busby.
Steve Busby in
Good job.
just under the wire. Brian Anderson in 04.
BA.
Tim Belcher.
Belchi.
Dan Duffy.
We had that this last week.
Scott Ellerton.
I knew one of those turds was there.
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Danny Jackson.
Did Limatine do it?
Was it Lima? Lima time.
Limatine.
Believe it. Jeff Suppan
Soups.
and Edinson Volquez.
Volke.
Volke.
All right, I think I have the
No
score.
Tom Severs in there.
21 to 17 to 15 to 11.
No Robin Roberts either.
Go.
All right, this is the one. This is the one that.
This is too hard.
This is too hard for
This
you
is
guys.
for you, Paul.
All right, name. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but Dayton Moore used to have a connection with the Atlanta Braves.
What?
Okay.
Okay. Can you name any of the 11 transactions Dayton Moore made
Lebo.
of former Braves? To the
Hiram
Royals.
Kyle Davies.
Kyle Davies. There you go.
Lebo.
That was a trade.
Was he part of this? Was Drew Waters count? Or was JJ?
That was a JJ move.
That was a JJ move?
I don't have him. We can look it up.
I think it was a JJ move because that was right about the end of
That was what Baseball Reference
Yeah.
had.
A Baseball Reference?
A Baseball Reference.
Lebo,
Curtis.
the closer guy, Dominican. Damn it. Orlando something.
I don't have.
Okay.
Was
I forgot the name.
Manager's son was one of them. This guy on here, a guy that made a famous speech.
Abraham Lincoln.
Guy that won an award.
Martin Luther King Jr.?
Won an award here at an All-Star game.
Curtis. No.
Lebo is Raul Bañez a famous speech?
Boone.
No.
Boone.
Wow, this is
This
tough.
is
couple of pitchers that I remember were supposed to be so good.
That was Kyle Davies.
A couple of post World Series.
Kurtis. Jamie Wright, did he come from the Braves? No.
This question does stink.
Please is it too hard?
I love that question.
It's a great
question. It's a great question.
I just can't catch up to it.
I mean,
Leabo. I've got some
guy.
before then.
Shortstop. That son or his dad was a coach.
Wow. A coach, Tony Pena Jr.
Monty.
There you go, Tony Pena Jr.
I didn't think he came from Atlanta.
It said on Baseball Reference, Gregor Blanco, Jesse Chavez, Tim Collins, Yanni Gomes.
Timmy.
Oh, Johnny Gomes.
Famous speech.
No, Jan Gomes. Oh, Johnny Gomes?
Johnny Gomes.
Johnny
the guy that
Gomes.
did the speech at the...
But he didn't come from the Braves to the Royals,
He was traded at like the post, whatever it is. The
deadline?
Yeah, post
That's
deadline.
right.
He wasn't an A. He'd gone there. Okay,
He was a
fine,
Brave.
whatever.
That's right.
Ron Mayhay, Melky Cabrera,
Melky.
Francisco Bueno,
Bueno,
and Chris Medlin and Mike Miner.
Chris Medlin was a pretty good pitcher for a while.
He was
not here.
Actually, he was.
He wasn't very good here.
Hey.
He was a big.
Well, I feel like I got a Pete question right. I got one of those.
Was that too hard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you agree with?
If we got 1 out of 12 or whatever, it's not very good.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I
You don't
like
care.
it.
You
That was
want.
good.
I know
I
you're
like
trying
that
to win.
question.
I get it.
That's a
Pete,
great question.
Who is the only player to outscore Michael Jordan head-to-head in an NBA playoff series?
whole series.
Only one man did it.
Shane.
Head-to-head.
Reggie Miller.
Nope.
Shane. Larry Bird.
No.
Leabo. Was it a finals or the?
It was a Eastern Conference final. Or no, first round. I'm sorry.
Leabo.
First
Joe
round.
Dumars.
No.
Shane.
Eastern
Dominique Wilkins.
No.
Leabo.
Only player.
What was the team since we missed it?
The team. I don't know what team he was on.
What was his first and last name?
His first name was Terry, and his last name was
Cummings. Bucks.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Came out of the
good
ball.
enough to beat Jordan.
Yeah,
head to head.
Probably lost the series.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
All right, so I think Thunderdome. Tell me if this seems somewhat accurate. 2,200 for me. Is that about right? Kind of.
Thunderdome's got 21.
I said we'll go with 22 for me. Kurtis, 18.
You said you'd go with whatever
Correct.
he had.
1,800 is correct. Shane, 15. 15's correct. Pete, I got him at 11.
I think that's what it
He's got 12 for Pete.
We'll give Pete 12.
So that's we know
Pete
what the
deserves 12 because
discrepancy
it's
was.
been.
I got another one
It's
after
been
11.
I don't know, 7 days since he's won. So it's 2,200,
My-
1,800, 1,500, 1,200, and what is our category for Final Chumps?
Your category is Kauffman Stadium.
Kauffman Stadium. Once again, if you would like to win an oil change from Big O Tires, send your question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. Kyle at 810WHB.com. Blind copy, Todd Leabo at 810WHB.com. So I have access to all the questions so I don't fail and lose and have Pete win every week like he's been doing. We'll have Final Chumps coming up in a sec.
The program with Soren Petro.
Thank God there's only one of these a day.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
The Mavericks are back home this Saturday versus Western Conference rival Wichita Thunder. We hate Wichita. We don't need Wichita coming in here. Cable Dom Arena is the place to be. This Saturday, only 3 regular season home games remain before the playoffs begin. The Mavs are the first team to qualify for the ECHL playoffs. Whole playoff games are set for April 24th and 25th already. Playoff hockey. Don't miss. High energy. Every shot matters. Edge of your seat excitement. Tickets are available right now at kcmavericks.com. That's KCMavericks.com or by phone. Call 816-252-7825. Tickets will be limited. Demand will be high. It will sell out. The Kelly Cup playoff run is about ready to begin. So get your tickets right now. Get your orange on. Cheer on the Mavs. It'll be loud and you can be a part of it. Remember, parking's always free at Cable Dahmer. Remember, only 3 regular season home games remain. Cheer on your Mavs right now starting this Saturday versus Western Conference rival Wichita. They are the best team going. So what are you waiting for? Get your seats right now. Go to kcmavericks.com or call 816-252-7825. Put on your orange and get loud and get those tickets right now before they're gone. kcmavericks.com.
For 125 years, Bison State Bank has been part of your community. We've been banking longer than sliced bread and even traffic in KC. But don't let our age fool you. We're still fast, modern, and working for your money. Check out our Bison Money Market with a 4.12% APY to park your cash while it actually works for you. And mortgage rates are back in the fives, which means now is a perfect time to buy a home or refinance the one you've got. Grow your savings or lower your payment. Bison State Bank has you covered, just like we have for 125 years. BisonStateBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, I'm Brian Sight.
And I'm Zachary Sight. At the Bobside Auto Group, relationships come first, and that's guided how we do business for generations.
This March, our family is proud to continue more than 100 years of serving Kansas City and Lawrence, earning trust one customer at a time.
From Bobside Ford to Kia, Honda, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we've grown with our communities while staying true to the values we started with: honesty, transparency, and respect.
And right now, it's Truck Month at Bobside Ford and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, with 0% financing on F-150s and Ram 1500s.
At Bobside Honda, you'll also find great deals on new Hondas and a strong selection of cars and SUVs our customers rely on every day.
Plus, at Bobside Kia, every new Kia comes with lifetime oil changes and tire rotations. Real value that saves you more.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. With at least 2 games played, 2 schools are unbeaten in Sweet 16 play. I ask for either one.
At least 2 games played. They get there, they make the Final Four. Is this like
no? They get there, they get the elite.
Oh, the Elite Eight. Okay.
Elite Eight.
Okay.
Either one of these teams. Well, one of them hasn't been to the Final Four.
What's the most number of games?
7-0.
7-0.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Louisville always good at this?
Yeah, but they lost. They lost.
They got to just get to the Sweet 16. If they get there, they win.
Yeah. 7-0. One's 7-0. One's 3-0.
Give us a hint.
Well, the 7-0 is in the state of Pennsylvania.
Well, it's not Penn State.
No.
It's not Penn.
Nope.
St. Joe's?
Nope.
Temple?
7-0.
Good job.
The 3-0 one has you'll occasionally
Temple
see,
never made the Final Four, though, did they?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You'll occasionally see the second one, the name on a sweatshirt walking around our hallways.
Occasionally. Not Syracuse.
No.
Kansas State.
Nope.
Oh, State made the
maybe more blue and white.
Duke? No.
Drake.
Oh, the Drake. How
Drake,
about that?
3-0.
3-0.
Then they lost to UCLA.
That was for La Feta.
La Feta, which you definitely don't lose when you.
No, you win when you
for
go to La
lunch with
Feta.
my wife.
Bill Walton.
Win.
Did Bill Walton like Drake? Didn't he?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. Exactly.
Jeez.
Exactly.
What a game.
What'd you order at La Feta, Shane?
I got the boss today.
Oh, you went today?
Yeah, I went
oh,
today.
well, all right.
My wife I gotta get over there. Todd, have you guys?
Oh,
I
I've
know
been,
you've
yeah.
eaten there.
Oh, I've absolutely.
I'm there every Friday.
It's really, really good.
I got to get over there.
All right,
It's
let's
really
go,
good.
Kyle. What's our deal?
All right, in the category of Kauffman Stadium, here's your question. Who was the first player to hit a grand slam in Kauffman Stadium after it was renamed from Royal Stadium in
okay.
93?
Oh, that gives me a little better guess here.
Fun fact, he hit it off of Nolan Ryan.
Wow.
Is it a good name or a silly name?
I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it correctly.
I think. Oh, really?
There's a hint.
I was going to say Chris Berman had an effort in this, but he didn't.
I got to write something down. It's terrible. I'm wrong.
Oh, well.
I'm wrong because.
And you couldn't pronounce, well.
Unless he was trying to trick us. Was it in 1993 or was it?
July 2nd,
Okay, so right after this. I was so bad on my 93 Royals right then, just killed me. All right, Pete, what is your answer?
I bet $1.
What? No, what is your answer?
My answer is Guantanamera.
No. Would you bet $1?
Yeah.
All right, $11.99.
It was going to be John Mayberry.
Shane.
I bet it all. I said Gary Gaetti. Was he even on that team?
Might have been.
No, I don't think so.
Kurtis?
I said Greg Gagne.
There you go.
Whoa.
Bet it all.
Nailed it.
Bet it all. 3,600. You're going to win.
Seemed like that.
Because I wrote down George Brett. It was his last year. I only bet 1,400, but that's enough.
The pronunciation hint worked.
I could have said I wrote down Gagne because I had G squiggle. Would have been nice. Curtis,
I was gonna put
congratulations.
Brian McRae, but I wouldn't have didn't know if you
Congratulations,
still
Curtis.
Thank you.
The
I never
reign
win.
of terror is over.
Well, I
Pete
never
has
win.
not won for the first time in a month, an absolute month. Blair Kirkhoff is coming up next. Thank you for coming by, Shane. Thank you for coming by, Pete.
All right, buddy.
We'll see you guys next week.
Can I go too?
No, you stay.
All right, when was the last Sweet 16 without Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, and UCLA? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Yes, he is. He's Blair Kirkhoff of the Kansas City Star, joining us here on the program. I'm Todd Leabo in for Soren Petro today. Kyle's here. Kurtis is here. Thunderdome still here? Let's go, Thunderdome. Good job keeping score for us on the other deal. Congratulations to Kurtis for winning Stump the Chumps. It was a 3-week run for Pete, Blair Kirkhoff.
Amazing.
I know. And he would have won had Kurtis not gotten the clue. Yeah. Without the clue on the pronunciation being weird, what were you going to write down?
I think I was going to go with Brian McCrae, but I'm not sure if he was on the 93.
He was on the 93 team, yeah.
I thought maybe it was Bid BMAC.
So, yeah, then Pete would have won again. So the clue, so the only way Pete hasn't won is cheating.
Yeah, we said, how did we get to the pronunciation?
Yeah.
He said, is it so-and-so? And they said, I don't know if I can
I can't even pronounce this guy's name.
I thought it might have been Gagne or something.
Yeah, I was like, I know who that has to be.
Gagnick, Gagne, Gaetti, all of those guys. Interesting stuff. Blair Kirkhoff is brought to you by Art and Frame Warehouse. Blair, how you doing today?
Great.
90 degrees like always? Or like 40, like 90?
It's been spring for like 4 or 5 days, and it's 93, which means 4 or 5 days ago it was winter.
It was.
Yes.
And so it's 93 today.
Okay, so I want to talk about a couple different things with you today. We've got Final Four, the Sweet 16. This is so weird that baseball is happening during the Sweet 16. I don't remember it being like this.
For a couple of years, it's been like this. It had always been previously. The Final Four weekend was opening day.
Opening day, usually, yeah.
That Monday was national championship.
Now we open on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Well, remember 88.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
we don't remember 88. We don't talk about 88.
I'm with you on that one.
And a year from now, we'll be doing this in Kansas City, because Kansas City's got a Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 next year.
That's right.
And let's just hope they get good matchups, because we've had a couple of years. It was like, I remember that a few years ago, 19, I think, Kansas was supposed to be here, and they got beat. And it was like, oh, great. Yeah. Auburn's here, and Houston.
Houston, Kentucky, I think, was here.
It was great games, but just didn't get our...
Auburn came out of it.
Didn't get our fun.
They were on fire.
Yeah. They were, because they had beaten Kansas. They were really good team. So you've been to plenty of these things with the press conferences. The guys are up on the dais, and some guys treat it as just, I'm up here doing this. Some guys, it's a chance to say some things, and we played some sound bites yesterday from a pretty good group of coaches that are down in Houston. You've got a great story with McCollum making it up there. Fred Hoiberg with Nebraska and all that. Brad Underwood's a great guy.
It's a great coaching.
And
regional
Kelvin was there, it's pretty good. So, but we got a couple of the old guys today who have been around a lot of these, and Rick Pitino and John Calipari, and we've been talking about this exact subject for the last 2 years maybe, or more. Like, how was NIL going to affect some of these things? Because forever, and this is the truth in college football as well, we've seen it happen. I mean, Indiana won the freaking national title because there was always this built-in tradition, blue blood. They call the basketball programs blue blood more than they do the football programs. But the tradition would get the kid there no matter what. So Rick Pitino was on the podium today as St. John's had just beaten Kansas last week, and he was asked if he was concerned that NIL would be the death of Cinderella.
I'm not concerned about it. I think you will see it again. But I do feel what's even better than that is the fact that the Blue Bloods no longer control basketball any longer. There's no difference between Kentucky, North Carolina than Illinois or St. John's. There's no difference anymore. There's no difference between Michigan State, who's a blue blood, to any of the other teams from the conferences, from Mississippi when they get it going. It's all going to be the same. You're going to see 40 to 50 teams, all the same. So there's no such a thing as a blue blood anymore. There's no difference between North Carolina State and somebody else. Everybody's the same. Everybody is the same in basketball, and that's what's going to make it a great product.
There's two things there. I agree with what he's saying, but I do think Cinderella might be dead because the question was about Cinderella.
Right.
We don't. I mean, we have poor little 11-seeded Texas. Is in the game.
But this is the second year in a row that the Sweet 16 is entirely made of power conference teams.
Right.
The only other time it happened was last year.
Well, and you had High Point winning its opening round game, and 3 years ago you had St. Peter's 15 seed going to the regional final.
A lot has changed in 3 years.
Yeah.
A lot has changed. So I don't know if Cinderella's dead or not, but I do think the bigger picture is I think blue blood is dead.
Well, I
not
think,
that they wouldn't win, but you can't just roll the helmets out there, whatever.
I read those comments earlier, and I was thinking about just Kansas, and I think we can all agree Kansas is one of those blue bloods, right?
Yeah.
So Bill Self, 23 years at Kansas, he's been to 4 Final Fours. Is that right?
Yes.
So one every.
Well, they took one of them down.
Yeah, but 4, counting that one.
Yes.
Counting that one. That's one every 6 years. Now, I don't know what we all think we know what a blue blood is. I would think if you're a real true blue, I think the impression of a blue blood is they're in it every other year. They win the championship all the time. Bill Self's won 2, and that's phenomenal. Kansas has been to 4 Final Four. Yeah,
this is what 23rd
23rd year. That doesn't strike me as an abundance.
Right.
You know, Kentucky hasn't won a championship since 12. Duke since 15. So
UCLA, they used to be a blue blood. They haven't won one since '95.
Yeah. So I don't know. Connecticut is to me a great example.
I think they're a blue blood.
Everyone
they are.
They first started calling them new blood.
Yeah.
But they've got 4. What are you going to do to be blue blood?
I agree with Pitino in that the circle will expand because of NIL, but I don't think. Although you're going to have a trivia question answer later today about how long has it been, because I heard that coming in, since this group of blue bloods hadn't been in the Sweet 16. And I know it happens to be a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be even less frequent that Kentucky, Carolina, Duke, Kansas, those schools between great basketball success. But it's still, to me, being a blue blood means it's really important to your school to be good. And you do what it takes in whatever environment you're in to be good.
Yeah.
So whatever happens with Bill Self, I think Kansas will do what it takes to maintain its status as one of the great programs in college basketball.
I think, the pre-NIL, you have blue blood, then you have rest of the power conference, then you have the Cinderellas.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the leveling out that NIL will be almost entirely restricted to the power conferences. I think it'll even out the success level of the teams in the big conferences, and I think it's going to minimize the ones below it. So the blue bloods going down isn't going to help the Cinderellas. It's going to help the other power conference teams.
Well, I think it's what he's kind of talking about. Like, listen, if you're paying kids to go to your school, I don't think the kids today don't care about the banners hanging in the thing or the rules of basketball or the Michael Jordan went to school there.
I don't know if they ever did.
Yeah.
I really don't. I really don't know if they ever did.
I think maybe once they got there, they're like, this is really cool. But now that doesn't seem to be a big deal anymore either. It's like, wait, this is great, but someone else going to pay me more money? Later, bye.
Yep.
But
I think a blue blood can be that school that's going to, like I said, do what it takes in terms of paying people. I think what will continue to separate the very upper echelon of college basketball is the environment in which you play, assuming the money's equal or better. The environment in which you play. I don't want to say history, but I'll just use Kansas as another example. Their former players are plugged into the program, and so you're in a pretty select group when you decide to go to Kansas. Now all of a sudden you're friends with everybody who ever played basketball there, and I don't know if every program.
I think we're going to lose that everywhere, though.
Maybe
half these kids. I mean, even the kids at Kansas. I mean, who's Trey White's school?
Yeah, that's right. Melvin.
It's like Hall of Fame. Whose heads on the
I asked
logo is on the cap.
I think I remember asking Brashard Smith this year because he went to Miami and SMU, and SMU went to the playoff when he was there, and then Miami was going this year. And I remember asking him at the end of the year, we're like, what are we going to ask this kid? All right, you're going to catch the ball, whatever. You're going to do this. He was going to play in a little bit. It was like, wait, what are you? Are you a Cane or a Mustang? Right. And he ended at SMU, so he had some friends at Miami, but he felt like he was an SMU guy. But listen, if had Miami won the thing, and who knows? So I think that's because I agree with you. Like we've seen Scott Pollard and Frank Mason and all these guys kind of tweeting and talking about. And listen, like Scott Pollard didn't play for Bill Self, okay, but he loves Kansas and he loves Bill Self. He still loves Roy, all that stuff, but he loves Kansas. He loves his school. And I think most of us who went to our school, we love our school. And I've always thought, like, listen, if the coach wants to leave or a player wants to leave, fine. I don't care. It's my school, whatever. And I think we're going to lose that part of it if someone comes to Kansas after being somewhere else for 2 years, or is at Kansas for a year and then they go somewhere else, because it's working both ways.
I guess
they're going both places.
Yeah.
And that's listen, I'm glad everyone's getting paid. Go get your money, do all that stuff. But I feel like we're losing that connection with the school.
Well, because of where we are on the spectrum of things, it remains to be seen, right? How Darren Peterson will look at his Kansas career. How do we think Andrew Wiggins or Joel Embiid looks at their Kansas year?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe they're the two that come back frequently, or I don't
I'm
know.
not saying they haven't been there. I don't know.
I don't know. But I guess I'm trying to say I agree with Pitino in that that there will be more teams that could win the national championship because of the financial equity now that's available to all the schools. I still think the programs to which it is most important, and this is both in football, in any college sport, will do what it takes to stay great.
They certainly will. And listen, they're all spending money now, and we've seen what, like I said in football, what happened in Indiana. They found a great coach. You have to get a great coach, and you have to get a coach who can get everything working in a year. And you have to catch the breaks and do all that stuff. And that's where we'll take this to Bill Self. Nothing's happening right now that I know of with Bill Self. He did not say he was definitely coming back yesterday, but he said that I haven't made my decision. I don't know if he is or he isn't going to come back. But the discussion that I think when I watch these teams play the last few years, they just aren't as good as some of the other Kansas teams he's had, because he just hasn't had the guys around for 2 or 3 years. Because I think he's been the best around these parts for sure at getting the most out of players when he's got them for a while.
No doubt. No doubt about it. He, since we talk about this kind of this streak starting, not streak, but what passes for a level of non-success at Kansas, not going to the Sweet 16.
Contract extension most places.
Right, right. But starting after they win the national championship. Well, the next year they were number one seed.
Yeah.
He gets sick for the first time, can't coach him in the second round. They lose the heartbreaker to Arkansas. Then I kind of give them a pass a little bit on that one. So 24, 25, 26. He has, he has pretty good couple of years. He's got good players. Peterson this year, Furphy 1 year, NBA guy, and but the team, they were kind of reliant on guys at KJ Adams and DeJuan Harris, guys that were on the part of the 02
been
team,
around,
but we're not going to be pros. And then Hunter Dickinson, the big theme of last weekend was Zuby Ejiofor. They picked Hunter Dickinson over him. It didn't work out. Probably the wrong choice as it turns out. But I don't know. Those were teams for Kansas that didn't have as many future NBA players on it as previous teams had, and that's to me that's the success formula for anybody.
The other part I think that has been the harder part for success is, listen, when you're a 1 or a 2 seed, you're better than everyone, and it's an easier path to get to where you want to go. When you're coming out this as a 4 seed or a 7 seed or something like that, it stinks. Because you got to beat these teams that are better than you all the time. It's a lot harder, and the reason they have been a 6 seed or a 4 seed is they have not been able to figure out the riddle of this new league, maybe with some of these really good teams coming in.
No doubt,
spread out everywhere, different, more games, all that stuff. New players on your team, trying to get them, to jive and become better. And if you can't get that stuff figured out in time. All right, well, now you're a 4 seed. Well, this is not as much fun. Now, listen, they lost to a 5. They didn't have to go play the 1.
But it means you're going to get a good opponent in the second game, a really good opponent.
What I can't figure out, though, is why hasn't that been a problem at some other places? I mean,
it's been a problem at some of the places.
But
we pay attention to this one more.
UConn wasn't. 2 back-to-back national titles, and then they were out 11. Then did 2 this year. Duke hasn't. Houston hasn't.
North Carolina has.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Kentucky has.
Kentucky has.
To think that it's something that Kansas could fix, I think requires to say, okay, you can identify something that's broken there, and I don't know that I can identify what's broken there. You've got a college or a program with history and a Hall of Fame coach. There is what do you fix?
I think this year probably. I mean, it was just bad luck that Darren Peterson was hurt and all the stuff that went along.
Yes.
If he'd have played with him the whole year and been there, I think they would have been a different team because they would have. He mentioned this more than one time. We haven't figured out who we are, with him or without him, and then finally when they had him there for a while, they went. You can't go through your growing pains in March.
No, that's
because you lose the
right.
game and you're toast.
Yep. No, you're right. If you'd had a normal health Darren Peterson season, you'd have worked out the kinks in November and December, and then you'd have been a full strength team in the conference. And that was.
And you may still not win the Final Four,
and still not maybe be a great
or make
team,
the Final Four,
or win the Big 12 or any of that.
Yeah.
But you'd have been a more cohesive team.
Do you think he's going to come back, or not? I mean, what do you, Coach Self? Darren Peterson's not coming back.
No.
Although 5% in our frank opinions on Tuesday think he is.
Peterson?
Yes. I put it out there because I wanted to see how many people would say yes.
I was joking with some of my Kansas friends. Peterson's going to be hell on wheels his sophomore year. It's going to be great. But with Bill, I mean, this is a really serious question. You've gone through health things, and you're similar-ish age to him, a little bit older than him, right? But these things affect you.
A couple years.
You do. He has a little more stressful job.
That's the point, right?
So my feeling is, if his doctors, his medical team gives him, I don't know if he'll ever have a clean bill of health.
100%, yeah.
But I think he's waiting for his medical people to tell him he can do it, because talking to the family, all that is happening. I'm sure, but I get a sense that he really does still want to coach.
For sure.
And if it's all possible that he can coach, he will coach. Now, to me, the interesting question is the alternatives. If he doesn't coach, is he going to TV? Does he just
hang out at Lawrence and help the program? Or
I don't think he doesn't coach at Kansas and then coaches somewhere else later.
No,
I don't think that's.
So.
I've heard that as a possibility.
Yeah, either he can. We talked about this. But
you're just going to feel better in 5 hours.
Yeah,
or 5 years.
Right.
He's either going to stay at Kansas or he's not going to coach. He's not going.
That's my sense.
I just can't coach at Lawrence, but I can coach somewhere else.
And I
high school basketball.
Yeah,
right. There's stress. They'll tell you the stress.
Take on Coach.
They care about the grades there.
Yes.
He's got two of his former, I guess one of his former players is a local high school head coach, and one who's used to be at KU.
I wonder if you couldn't work out some kind of leave of absence. We haven't talked much about that possibility. Take a few months, and but the world continues, right?
The world doesn't wait for you.
No.
Remember Mike Krzyzewski had the back issue. He didn't coach a whole half a year, right? The 1 year they didn't make they were terrible.
They were terrible, and he made sure he didn't get that record. That was Pete Herman got the 3-15 or whatever.
These aren't my losses. Don't give me those.
I was thinking about that. That he took basically the ACC season and postseason off, and to fix his back. And there was another. I'm trying to think. I thought of another example.
There's been plenty of times. Listen, Bob Huggins kind of had a heart attack on the court a few years ago. I remember more than once Roy Williams went down
in the dizzy spell.
Yeah,
right?
dizzy spells
and blacked out.
Yeah, I mean this stuff happens with these coaches, and I say this all the time. Listen, I'm 56 years old. If I had this much money sitting around, I wouldn't be doing that job. But I'm not wired like them. Okay?
Yeah.
These guys are wired to do this. This is what Bill Self is wired to do. He's not quitting because, and he's not quitting. I'm saying he wouldn't quit like you've seen happen with some of these other coaches because they don't like the new world.
Right.
He may not like everything about the new world, but he is ready to battle the new world.
I remember when he came back the first time in 2023, how he had the press conference in Lawrence that summer. Just how, just the perfect attitude. How he
seemed refreshed.
Rejuvenated, and he wanted to
dive back in.
And the new rules of basketball were suited for him.
And they did, because it was after that they went and got Hunter Dickinson, right?
Yeah,
it was not long after that. Which
you just got to make the right choices.
Well, that's the
point. It's one thing you recruit a kid, and then you have them for 4 years to figure them out. You go make these choices now with a 3-year kid. You know, you may not have as long to figure it out.
We talked about this earlier, and we'd kind of moved on, so I had a point to make that I just shoved aside. But Dickinson over Ejiofor. At the time, it seemed like it was the right man. I know Soren says, you're in the get-it-right business, but if he had not gone after Hunter Dickinson and had said publicly, I kind of believe in Zuby, it would have gone. Pete's fans would have gone nuts.
Yeah, Zuby hadn't started. I mean,
you're doing what? You're going to turn this
18 and 10? Yeah.
For that guy?
Zuby looked like the kind of guy that would be great for Bill Self after 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Yep.
But you don't have the opportunity to do that now because you just can't seem to get a whole bunch of those guys that you can have grow that way. And I think trying to get the guys like what you see in baseball or football, you have to get the contracts the right way because that's what you're looking at now. I got to have these guys here and these guys here. And now if you get a little off, I think it happened at K-State. They had a lot of really good players and they were all gone. He's like, we got to build a team. And you get a few freshmen, you get a few here, and then someone leaves, someone comes back, and then if you can't keep them together or get it figured out in a year, you can be behind the 8 ball, and then you're just constantly trying to churn through.
And you're catching up. You're always playing catch up and trying to get it right.
And we say this all the time. Someone's going to win the Final Four this year. They may not be a great team, but they're going to win the Final Four. They may be the 40th best team from 2008, this year's team, but doesn't matter. This year they're having a Final Four. Someone's going to win it. Someone's going to hang a banner, and it's going to be there. And you got to find a way to get there and do that. And I think Kansas fans, they support Bill Self, and they'd like to have him back. They want him healthy. They want him ready to go. But I think some of the fans of these blue blood fan bases are having a hard time kind of figuring this thing out. Well, they're having a hard time in Carolina. They're sitting there firing a guy who played for him, had him in the championship game a couple years ago. It's tough for him to deal with.
It's an interesting. What's going on in Carolina is really interesting right now because they're going through a kind of a personality crisis there. They're taking outside, since Dean Smith. Well, Frank McGuire was the coach before Dean Smith. He won a national championship, but he wasn't from North Carolina.
Right.
Dean Smith wasn't from North Carolina, but he created the North Carolina mystique, right? And ever since then, Matt Doherty, Bill Guthridge, Roy Williams, Hubert Davis, the line of successive coaches
might be outside the family here.
Yes, to go outside the family. They really are having a crisis in North Carolina about but they're having the same conversation that Kansas might be having next week. Dusty May, Tommy Lloyd, and the conversations that are already starting to happen, but with the same names.
I feel like Hubert Davis. What happens if Caleb?
Love? Caleb Wilson.
Wilson.
Oh,
what if he doesn't get hurt? He lost his best player as they're heading into the
who beat Kansas. They had a good game against KU back in
fantastic
November.
Player. If they don't probably lose. They're probably not a 6. They don't lose 2 and 11.
It's the edge
and
you're on.
They might still be playing, but did he get? The people putting too much into the failure of that team this season and forgetting what happened down the stretch.
We did talk about how they were in the national title game a few years ago. They were like an 8 seed that year. They weren't dominant.
That's true.
Right. But they beat Duke twice. Remember, they beat Krzyzewski in his last game at Cameron,
they ruined the party,
and then at the Final Four.
Well, they're just sick of it that Duke continues to roll.
That's the difference. Yeah. The biggest difference between Kansas and Carolina is Kansas doesn't have a Duke.
Right.
Carolina has Duke
They're
that
right
they have
there.
to deal with.
And
by the way, Virginia's won a title.
Yep.
And that's in the ACC, and they lost the other day, but they won a title, and their coach did quit. He didn't like this.
Right.
Yep.
That's right. Bennett got out of it.
The ACC's rough business in basketball.
The fact that Shire just stepped in and they didn't miss even half a beat. Just boom, still hauling guys in.
They have. Now, by the way, they haven't won anything. They may not win this year. And then Duke fans will be, how long's it been? 15?
No.
15.
Now you're talking about 11 years? It's the end of the world.
But what they did this year, and they're bragging about it there, they won the men's basketball, women's basketball, and football ACC championships.
They did win the football championship.
So
we forgot how impressive they
first school to ever do that or something, and it's Duke, you know. So, the quote that I read from somebody from Duke was, they were not going to be outspent. They were going to do everything it took to be competitive.
They got some dough from their alums, so
they did.
That's the way it works. If you have a blue blood with the money and the right coach, you can really keep
that's
it going.
the formula.
Yeah.
That's the formula.
You got to have it all together.
By the way, look at their non-con this year. Crazy.
Who's?
Duke. I mean, they got enough good teams that may not be great in the ACC, but Kansas, Arkansas, Florida, Michigan State, Texas Tech.
You got to play those games.
It's like KU's. KU had one of those.
Yeah. And they were, by the way, 4-1 in those games.
Yeah. Well, they're the number one
lost
seed.
to Texas Tech at the very end, but you know, it's incredible the schedule they've played. They didn't have to. ACC wasn't strong, but nobody had a non-con like Duke this year.
You know what's strong? Blair Kirchhoff. We're going to have more Blair Kirchhoff coming up here on the program.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. I chose this song for a specific reason. Do you know why?
No.
Dash Crofts passed away today at the age of 85. This is...
I didn't see that.
Dan Seals.
Seals
Dash
and
Crofts.
Crofts.
Yes.
Seals and Croft.
You a fan?
Two S's? Crofts or just
Seals,
Crofts?
Crofts. Seals and Crofts.
And Crofts. I like this song.
Yeah.
They only got a couple, 3 songs.
Yeah. Do you know who Jim Seals' brother was?
No.
Dan Seals,
Mm-hmm.
who was the Dan in England, Dan and
England,
John Ford
Dan
Coley.
and John Ford Coley saying, this is Blair Kirchhoff's music from his youth.
It is my era,
Yeah.
and I was big Seals and Crofts fan.
I think I like Diamond Girl best, but this is a really good
Hummingbird.
song.
Yeah.
Hummingbird, yeah. And We May Never Pass This Way Again.
Yeah.
So they were terrific. But
We're speaking a foreign language to Kyle.
Yes.
Look at
Yes.
him. Kurtis said this
I know
song's
that
a song.
pretty well.
You know that one.
I don't know any other.
You know
any
the big
others.
England Dan
and John
Ford Coley.
Yes.
There was another.
Give me some time. I'll come back.
Hey, they got some songs. Couple.
There's a great shot of them when they were in the 70s, and it said it looks like the John Ford Coley guy looks like Andy Reid with like a mullet. There's a shot you're like, oh my God, that I can't unsee.
Oh,
that
he does.
now.
Here he is, right here.
It's hilarious. That's
on
the
the album
shot.
cover. Yeah, right here. That's Andy.
Oh my God! Oh, that.
And then amazing.
That is absolutely. Andy
Wow.
could have chosen that look.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
Then.
It's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along.
Good stuff.
Absolutely. We do have an answer.
An answer?
Yes, we do.
Who died today?
The question to which Blair alluded earlier. When was the last Sweet 16 without Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, and UCLA?
All of them.
All 4.
Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, UCLA. Well, we know Kansas hasn't made it for the last 4 years, but I'm thinking it's further along ago than that.
Yeah.
1990. 1980,
further.
1970,
No.
1960.
Nope.
1957. Nope. Kansas was in the Final Four. 1956.
1954.
54. Oh, my gosh.
When the Sweet 16 was Bradley, LaSalle, Navy, Notre Dame, Oklahoma A&M,
Yeah.
Penn State, Santa Clara, USC, Colorado, NC State, Cornell, Indiana, Rice, LSU, Colorado State, and Idaho State.
You made the
Both
field during the
Colorado's-
Sweet 16 pretty much then?
Yeah.
LaSalle won it.
Yep.
In Kansas City.
Yep. First of 2.
They were in
Or
the
second of
final.
2.
They were in the final the next year and got
Yeah.
beat. I
Okay.
think.
They didn't win back to back.
No.
That's right. They were.
You read about
They
that.
were the
You
first.
didn't see it.
They were the
I did
first
not
ones
see
to
it.
wear
Okay, just checking.
the sleeves.
Yeah, they had the sleeve. Tom Gola.
Mm-hmm.
We are talking to Blair Kirchhoff, brought to you by Art and Frame Warehouse here on the program. Todd Leabo in for Sir in Petro today. And Blair, we were chatting a little bit before you came on. There was a press conference with Jackson County today, and the county executive, Phil Lavoda, not Paul Lavoda, who I went to high school with. They're all brothers. Steve Lavoda.
Doug.
They're all
Doug or Lavoda, who went to Raytown High School.
Got to all be family.
Probably. Maybe.
I don't know why they had a press conference to say they're having a task force, but these images of, and they were careful to say these are just some thoughts.
Just
Wanting to go viral with some thoughts. Have you seen anyone be excited about what they're talking about?
Well, they were pretty renderings. They were nice.
Yeah.
I mean, if those things ever existed somewhere, it'd be kind of fun, But I agree. I had the same feeling that you did about it. I don't know if you needed a press conference to establish. They're basically form a committee to come up with a decision so they can form another committee. That sort of thing. And
you do something in 4 years. I mean, it's time to start thinking about things.
You do. Listen,
but you can't tear down these concrete monstrosities until after the last games are played.
Right.
And they also did mention that this is something to consider. Arrowhead, the Chiefs will not be playing there in 2031 if things go according to their plans. But the Women's World Cup, the same countries are trying to get that bid.
If the U.S. gets a bid for the 2031 World Cup and Kansas City is successful as one of the places, they would be able to play group stage games in CPKC Stadium and maybe even Sporting's Stadium. But if Kansas City got something beyond that, they
they'd
would
want to play at the big stadium.
football stadium. And and it would be there at Arrowhead, which is established as a soccer, and not. I don't think they would go to new Arrowhead, whatever they're going to call the one in Kansas. So,
I do think when they build new Arrowhead, they will build it in mind to have
soccer
this thing,
specifics.
Yes, they will have it wide enough.
To
not. Some people made some mistakes on those in the last.
But I do think that Arrowhead has to be kept up with. You know, we were talking about this with a group the other day. You know how when we knew the airport's days were numbered, how that didn't
got not so great.
not a great place to visit in the last few years. Well, Chiefs are going to still play there until. And the timing works out great because the Chiefs would have their final season in 2030. You might have a World Cup there in 31.
Yeah,
so
that's not that long to keep it up. I am curious, you know, like, here's the deal. They added a pretty big players' lounge addition for them in the practice facility this last year. Mm-hmm. They have to keep those things up. Yes. You got to keep that thing as shiny as you can until you're in your new one. Because the players are your players.
Yes.
Now, you may not change.
You get graded every year now with the players.
The stadiums may, you know, hey, we're not fixing this. May, you know, forget about those light bulbs or something for a while. I don't know what the right thing to do out there. Kurtis and I talked about this at the beginning of the show. We're both Eastern Jackson County guys. We've lived, well, Kurtis is a turncoat now. He lives in Kansas. He has for a while. I still live in Jackson County, and I grew up working there as a food vendor and going to games there as a kid. And I've watched a couple of buildings try to be things, and I've watched hotels get empty, and I've watched different things happen all around there. And part of that's because now there's nothing happening. So I think they want to get a little buzz going, but I don't want to be the person that says this can't work, but I feel like I'm the person that's like, I don't know what could work right there.
Well, I wouldn't have eliminated the idea of the call center or the data center.
Yeah, the data
not
center.
The call center, big data center. That's could be a real jobs creator, but that one was.
But it's not cool.
That was like the first thing they said.
That's the easy button.
Doesn't look cool in the picture.
Right. I don't know. I've said this forever that there are two places in the metro area where I-70 and I-435 intersect. One's in Kansas, one's in Missouri. Both have sports stadiums there. One was developed, the other one never developed. Mm-hmm. And it all has to do with the way, government works and taxes work.
And businesses.
And businesses, And being able to attract Nebraska Furniture Mart and Cabela's to come and be anchor tenants and attract growth. And it's never, ever happened on the Missouri side.
It hasn't happened there. I mean, the fact that they built those was something. The fact that, like we said, a few miles down the road in 1970, whatever, they built, the Independence Center, which is a mall that's still open. The malls are dying. Blue Ridge Mall was there. It lived its life, and then they put the Walmart and Lowe's. I mean, it was the place that did, but it hasn't back built yet.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. You look at the next 3 or 4 exits going east on I-70, and there is development.
Yeah.
It just stops at the complex, at the Truman Sports Complex.
It hasn't come backwards.
That's right. Not back toward downtown.
Kansas City.
Right. Exactly.
And there's a lot of things. And I did think it was interesting. We played a clip earlier from Manny Abarca, and also that Phil Lavoda had said this. They kind of were asked about why this hasn't happened before, and they kind of put it a little bit on the teams, like maybe the teams.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't want it. They wanted the money spent in the stadium.
In the stadium.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, I'm not buying that.
And maybe the way the leases were written, if something got built, the county would get some. I don't know. I'm sure whatever they have written, the Chiefs have written out in Kansas is written very much in their favor.
Exactly.
Very much in their favor.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know.
And anybody you had Pete Enoch in here the last hour, and of course Pete was at the Woodlands all the time.
You should have heard him talking about. He said they can't have a horse track. Horse track. I mean, horses are expensive. Tracks are expensive. All that.
No, it's not. That's not a industry anymore.
They're not building new horse tracks.
No. As I saw
building warehouses and data centers.
That rendering looked really cool though. The track at Arrowhead Downs or whatever they called it, but
it's silly.
It's that one's not going to happen.
I don't know. Like I said, I just don't want to be the guy who's a wet blanket. But I've been hoping that something happens out there for a long time, and they've tried a couple things here and there, but nothing has taken. And this city, every city kind of goes through this. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we have spent a bunch of resources building downtown back up because it had
That's
it was
right.
the spot in the 40s and 50s to
Right.
be,
and then
to go to the department
right.
stores.
And then
all
it
that.
wasn't in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then investment came, and
Mhm.
Power and Light came, and the Sprint Center followed. And what hasn't happened around the stadiums is gentrification, right? It does happen everywhere. It happened downtown.
Mhm.
It happens other places. It happens. It hasn't, for whatever reason, it hasn't happened there. Could it happen? I don't. Could you turn the Leeds area into
The Leeds area's been decrepit for longer.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't
Used to have a nice little diner down there.
Sure.
And I don't think it's.
They used to build
open
cars
anymore.
down there. They don't do that anymore either.
No.
It's great. Well, hey, listen, maybe they don't want a data center. If they get one of those chip factories here and get some jobs.
There you go.
They're talking about bringing factories to America. I think that would honestly be a better thing than a fountain and a Ferris wheel and a horse track.
I'll tell you what.
Real jobs.
It is it is prime real estate at 435
Yes.
and I-70. That is prime real estate.
For logistics and all that
yes.
stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're going to have a committee, though.
Yes.
Report back in 90 days. And if that goes on the timeline that everything else does, it'll be a couple years we'll hear back.
Isn't 90 days like in the middle of the World Cup? That's
They'll have all the ideas right then.
Yeah, let's maybe delay that a month or so.
Blair Kirkhoff of the Kansas City Stars
They're
here.
good at
One
that.
more with Blair. 5 o'clock hour. We still got Jeff Passan to come. Welcome back into the program. Todd Leabo in for Soren Petro. Blair Kirchhoff is here like he always is on Thursdays. Brought to you by Art and Frame Warehouse. We got Sweet 16 tonight. Some fun stories.
Yeah.
Iowa, Nebraska.
That's a fun. What a fun game for us.
Mhm.
You know, not just the two fan bases that have a lot of alumni here in Kansas City, but the fact that Fred Hoiberg, we've known Fred forever, and Ben McCollum, we've known him forever. All the Missouri kids on the Iowa Hawkeyes. So
and then the late game, you've got two fantastic teams led by two freshman point guards. So that Flemings versus Wagler is going to be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
local
the place to be
all over.
of the four.
Yeah, I think Houston's really good.
This is the one they should have put at NRG Stadium and not the Toyota Center.
Yeah.
They could have with Nebraska there. They could have sold 60,000.
You never know who's going to be there, though.
You never do.
I do like these games better in arenas.
I do
for
too.
The experience and it's for the players too. It just feels more like basketball.
No doubt.
I like that. Place where KU played. That's like only 12,000 seats or something.
At the San Diego.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a good sized building for that. Gone are the days of. It's pretty. Is this the last time or the first time in a while? Because all these are just
arenas,
basketball arenas.
Yeah. It may be.
They used to kind of have practice runs at the football stadiums, but now the rotation. They've all been there and done that.
Right.
Indianapolis doesn't need a practice run on the Final Four.
No, but Kansas City will if it gets a Final Four with its new stadium.
That will be exciting if that happens. Who do you have coming out? Who's going to be in the Final Four?
Well, I haven't lost any, but Alabama was my sneaky one, and they're still alive. They got through. They look good in their second game.
That'll be a wild game there.
Yep.
They're
some points.
Double-digit dog to Michigan.
Yeah,
bettors aren't buying that the round of 32 when it was legit.
No, that's
do you have them in the Final Four in your bracket?
I did have them in the Final Four.
Okay,
great Sugar Bowl game there, Alabama, Michigan.
Exactly. That's the biggest spread.
I've got Arizona, but I'll tell you what, I am kind of fearful of Duke. I think if Duke gets some momentum here, and they'll have the heartbreaking loss last year, once if they get to the Final Four to give them some emotional. Duke could win it all.
My sneaky one in the Final Four, I have Iowa State finally doing it.
Oh, I would love for that fan base. That would be phenomenal.
And Joshua Jefferson at shoot-around today, so game-time decision tomorrow. If he's healthy.
You think if they made it, they'd go to Indianapolis for the game?
Drink it dry.
Thanks for coming by there.
Right.
All right, what school's been to the most Sweet 16s without a win? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Fourth quarter of the program begins here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Todd Leabo in for Soren Petro today. Jeff Passon still to come in just a little bit here. Get some little baseball opening days going on.
Yeah.
What do we got going on here? Detroit looking good. White Sox got crushed. Someone else play.
So basically same old, right?
Same old. That's all going on. Royals won't play until tomorrow.
Tigers putting it on the Padres today.
Yeah, they're up something to nothing, right? We'll talk to Paston about the Royals as they get underway tomorrow night. We have Sweet 16 action for you here on Sports Radio 810 WHB tonight. We get to have a featured game, so we will have Nebraska-Iowa as a featured game, but we will do the whip-around stuff for the games afterward, and we'll have the games for you tomorrow night. Well, let's hear a little bit of sound from some of the coaches today. Kurtis, who will be playing tomorrow, started off with John Calipari, who is the
actually coaching tonight. Calipari is.
Oh, he's coaching tonight.
Yeah.
He's not
Patino's
tomorrow. Patino's tomorrow. Calipari tonight. They've been good. I mean, it's been pretty good first couple of years for him. Darius Acuff is a fantastic freshman. Calipari was asked how Acuff is different now than he was when he first got him at the beginning.
Maturity, leadership skills, body language. Woo! Went from, it screams now. Your body language screams. His really screamed. Now you look at him now, he's like all the best players that I've coached. He's like that. You never really see him. The only time he gets mad is when I really get on him. I had a meeting in my office, and I said, I'm telling you, my entire career, I'm hardest on my best players. Because if I can coach them hard, I can coach everyone on my team hard. He said, I got it, I'm good. And he wasn't great, but he said he was good. And I've been hard on him. There are times that I'm pointing him out in front of this team in areas that he's got to get better and improve. But what I did not know was his will to win.
Acuff and the Hogs facing Arizona in the late game tonight in San Jose. Looks like a fantastic game. Fun game to watch, listen to. You know what? Sweet 16, they're all good games.
Yeah.
That's the first game out there is Texas-Purdue. That one doesn't hold as much. That's the worst game of the night, I think, for me as far as interest goes. And then the nightcap after the Iowa-Nebraska game should be fun, too, with Illinois and Houston. Should be a lot of fun. Okay, Tommy Lloyd, Arizona, is playing tonight against, as we said, Arkansas. He's a hot name. You know, Carolina's open. Kansas is not open. Check Twitter. Not right now.
Not at the moment.
Is not open. But Tommy Lloyd was asked about the opening at Carolina.
What I'll say is I already have one of the best jobs in the country. And one thing we talk about in our program all the time, and I think I've gotten better at, and I think our team's been crushing it this year, is just the ability to have full focus and be present in the moment. And so I think we have a great team. I think we have a chance to advance in this tournament game by game, but I'm not delusional. I know we could lose tomorrow, but this team deserves my full focus. So there's not one thing that is going to knock me off my path. I'm 100% focused on Arizona basketball and this program, and I can't wait till the ball gets thrown up tomorrow, and then can't wait to try to figure out a way to come out on top.
The ball is tipped.
Thrown up. So, listen, here's the deal. That kind of we played the soundbite earlier from Calipari about how there's no blue bloods left. Listen, is Carolina a much better job than Arizona? I mean, Arizona's playing right now.
Yeah.
They're the 1 seed. They're everyone's picked to win the whole thing. If you can win the national title at Arizona, why would you go want to be somewhere else?
I don't get it.
I don't know. To see some old banners up in there?
Yep.
Hang your own. I don't know. It's interesting. So T.J. Otzelberger, Iowa State's head coach, was asked about the Carolina opening. He said, there wouldn't be another place in America I'd rather be than Iowa State. I mean, I think, listen, Iowa State has made the Final Four back, and it was one of our chumps answers when
back in the 1800s.
Bucky Frosty was the coach or something. Frank Wizzy, whatever his name was, when it was like seven or eight teams. Louis Minzy.
Yeah.
Minzy was the guy. Listen, Iowa State's a great job. He makes a lot of money. They have great players on their team.
Amazing fan support.
I think there are a lot more great jobs now than there were before.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of great jobs because they all make good money. But as Rick Pitino was saying, Iowa State is just as good as Carolina for a job.
Yeah.
If you can get players to come to your place, you can play and you can win, and you get a packed house and have fun.
Didn't Lance Leipold say, was it him that said when they went to Iowa State earlier years, he saw their facilities and went, we got some work to do.
And that was football facilities.
But the basketball is the same thing.
Yeah. for sure. I was going to give you another baseball score. Now the Padres have scored. It's 8-1. Anyone else in the division?
Finally.
Guardians tonight against Seattle. The White Sox got bombed 14-2, and the Twins lost 2-1. They pitched it well, didn't get it done.
But the Sox took a lead, and then the Brewers
just like that
just ran off a little 14-0 run,
little
you do.
14-0, just like that's how it works in football.
Yeah. Even in basketball, it's a bit.
All right, let's take ourselves a break here and get ready to talk to Jeff Passan about those Royals who will get underway tomorrow down in Atlanta. Should be fun. Passan is up next here on the program.